everybody. I'm being real professional. I was trying to choke down a little bit of dinner before we started. Hope I don't have any cilantro in my teeth. Anyway, hey Glenn, thanks for showing up. Why is that not working? There we go. And Doug, how are you? Got an early seat. Jeremy, how are you tonight? Angela, oh my goodness. Everybody meet my friend Angela that I've known since I was, oh my gosh, how long? We went to high school together. She's 1 year older than me. And we worked at Burger King together. And she married her husband, who she met working at Burger King. How many kids do you have, Angela? I forget. Anyway, I'm so happy you're here, Angela. Thanks for saying hi. She's one of my very favorite people. Let's see. And hi, Cheryl. How are you? How are you? And Ethel, thanks for coming. 8 kids. 8 kids. Angela has 8 kids, and they are amazing. Just like their mom and dad. Anyway, and guess what, you guys? Since I need to be kept on track, and I have a lot to go over on this video, I have recruited some help to be my side chat moderator so that you guys don't get me off track. So let's bring her in. You all know her if you've watched any of my previous videos. And here I'm going to bring Lissa in. Hi.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
Hi, Charnel. How are you? Thanks for coming. So I've been promising to do this video for a very long time, and I just could not. Let me give you some sound effects. You got to give me a heads up so I can get the sound effects going for you. 9 3/4 kids, but we can go with 8, sure. That's hilarious. Did you want to say hi? Because now's your chance. You can't come in here and
Dren.
Wait a minute. You got to get.
There's a little Dren. Oh my gosh, look at the hair. That is so cool. I love that color. Seriously, that's like my favorite.
It's the nanny and baubles, blings, and needful things. You got it right, Glenn. That's hilarious. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Excuse me. I think I tried to eat, and it probably wasn't the smartest thing in the world, but I had to do it.
Gotta eat.
I've been listening all day. I did not go in any sales. It was weird, but I'm trying to make myself get some stuff taken care of. Anyway, so I've made myself a list of the things that I want to talk about. The most important being the shipping business policies, right? There is a link in the description that will take you to eBay's shipping business policies that spells them out. I was hoping that Rebel, the Rebel reseller, and Robert would come on because we were talking about this on her show. She has a show Wednesday mornings that starts at, I think it starts at 8 my time, 9, 10, 11. 11 starts at 11 a.m. in the morning on Wednesdays. So that's a good show to go in and watch. There's usually 3 or 4 of us in there. This was the first time I was able to come in early because usually I listen to the first hour or so while I take Dren to school, and then I come in when I get home or wherever it is I am. Is that my girl, Janet? Howdy doody. And Miss Angie is here. Thank you for coming. Patrick Murphy is here. Why, yes, hello. And my girl Lori from Florida, the Florida Keys. She is as far south as you can go. Anyway, so a lot of people use. How many of you guys use shipping business policies? Sorry, there's something on my screen. You guys probably can't see it, but I can. That's all that matters. That's you got. I got to turn this so that, there we go. How many of you guys, hi Valerie, use shipping business policies? I want a 1 for yes and a 2 for no, please and thank you. Because I want to know how far, how deep down the rabbit hole I really need to take you guys.
It's going to be a dark, long hole.
I have a list of things. I have 2 lists of things. That's the first one, and that's the second one. And these are the things that I want to talk about tonight. If I don't get to all of them, then next week will be part 2. Because I think this stuff is important. We have a lot of newer resellers. We have a lot of people that, Brett, 5. You're just such a fart. Ethel, causing problems always. Stuff some more chocolate in your shirt. Brett is my partner in crime, and we go by Ethel and Lucy. So I'm Lucy because Lucy was always the instigator, and Ethel just gets pulled in. Anyway, hi Maria. How are you doing? All right, so I see it's about even for those of you who answered. I plead the 5th. Cheryl, you're a new reset 3. Always got to be somebody. There's still something on my screen. Oh my gosh.
There's something on me too.
It's your hands.
All right.
Oh, heavens. All right. So I'll tell you what, my sales, I probably shouldn't say anything. I'm going to knock on wood, have been off the hook. I shouldn't say they've been off the hook. I have been listing. I didn't even get all my screens up, you guys, so I got to make sure that I'm muted here. Wow, who wants to watch that? Not me. I thought I clicked on my channel. Apparently I did not. Okay, I'm muted because I need I'm about to go blank on this screen over here, so I won't be able to see, and I want to make sure that I have it over here so I can make sure that you guys are seeing everything. Wow, that video is good. Hey, Janet, I got a cat and another cat and another cat and another cat. The thing is with mine, they cost nothing to feed. Oh, I crack myself up. Hey, Jake. Yep, the dynamic duo. Watch out. Yes, Cheryl, we will help you. Let's see. No. Oh, yes, I did. This cat right here. Look it. This is the best one. I want you guys all out there to look up this brand, Avante. Got a leather tag. They wanted $30 for it, and I got it for $1 because they just wanted them gone. But anyway, Avante by Applause, limited edition collectors. You guys look these up, even if the
Well, Noelle, one thing we can tell people
there we go.
Anytime you see a leather tag on something, it means it's something. They don't put the leather tags on just nothing. That looks good for you. The kitty looks like, put me down, lady.
I'm not an animal hater, you guys. I was raised on a dairy farm. I just don't want to take care of one anymore. That's all there is to it. I have the same cats, but they eat and poop. Yep, sorry for you. Oh heavens. I got all the plush listed. So I want to talk about shipping business policies. I also want to go through how to set up a template, a listing template. Some people know how to do it. Some people don't. I also believe, this is in my head, I could be wrong. No, we got troubles over here. We got That's it. That's it. Recently, months ago, sold a set of Applause Beetles for like 300. Wow. Yeah, Applause is one of them, is one of the ones to watch for. That's amazing. Where was I going? Okay. I personally think, and I'm going to say this because this was me for a few months when I first started eBay, I had no clue how to start a listing from the get-go. I did all of my listings as a sell similar off of somebody else's listings. And I felt embarrassed. Jan got a cha-ching today. She even sent me a picture of it. Let me just
what do we got?
Bring me back to that thought there. Let's see if I can pull this up. She sold 1, 2, 3, 4 Tonka Mini Turbo Tricksters, a lot of 4 penny racer cars, new in box sealed, $20 plus or $60 plus shipping.
Gee, and what do you have this one, Jen?
You go, girl. Every sale is a good sale until it isn't. But we won't talk about those because we don't want to have those. Anywho, so I was at the doing a listing from the beginning. And I was embarrassed to say anything to anybody and ask anybody anything. And I fell upon a couple of people, Don, the auction professor. I watched Pete, Craigslist Hunter, all those guys from the beginning. Cheryl, if you're selling Beanie Babies, I do not source them. They are all from a 20-year-old collection of mine and my 2 daughters. Well, you might get your money's worth out of them, but they do sell. There are people that do buy them. I mean, even if you could pick them up for 25 cents, there's some of them that are worth selling, and 25 cents into $10 is a pretty good return on investment. So don't let people make you feel bad for picking up something that they wouldn't pick up. We all start somewhere, and there's a lot of people that sell Beanie Babies. They're not worth the money that they were at one point in time, right? But there's still people out there that buy them and collect them. So, as a matter of fact, nobody should make anybody feel bad for what they do or don't sell. There's still something.
It's going to just drive you nuts the whole time. It's there for just that.
Because when I have my head in the wrong place, it looks like I have a big blackhead on my nose, and it's not. Obviously, there's not one there, is there? Whew.
I don't see nothing.
Oh, somebody better get the popcorn out. You have to cancel your first non-payment sale tomorrow. You don't have to. You can let it sit, and eBay will cancel it. But I don't let eBay cancel my non-payment sales, and I also don't have very many of them. Swamp Glen has 10 NBA Beanie Babies. So I don't. It's 3 business days. So if they buy on Friday and they don't pay Friday, and then they don't pay Monday and they don't pay Tuesday, on Wednesday, I am in there at whatever time I am, and I cancel their sale, and I make sure that I cancel it, and I put in for non-payment, because then they do get a mark on their thing. If you let eBay cancel it, it could take 4, 5, 6 days. They'll let it go. And I don't know that eBay necessarily, I just do it myself. I feel more comfortable doing it myself. That's how I do it. But you got to do what works best for you. So that's just my 10 cents on that. All right. So your husband jokes with our girls not to leave stuff laying around because mom will list it on eBay.
My daughter.
This got a real cat.
She saw your kitties. No, I'm at my office and she's my desk buddy. Nibby, go. Sorry. You have interruptions too.
Oh, you're not bothering me any. You're not bothering me any. Okay, so like I said, I didn't have any of my screens pulled up because I was doing my shipping, and then we left. So let's. I know I'm not sharing the screen yet. I had to find my.
Gotta find it
pull
first.
Pull up my side. Oh, hola, nerds. Mike is here. Thanks for coming in, buddy. Share screen. Share the entire screen. Share. I have to talk myself through this because it's pretty much the only way that it works. What? No, I'm not shaking your hand. You got stuff on. Do I look stupid?
I put moisturizer.
Yeah, you go rub that moisturizer in.
I already did.
It rubs the lotion on its skin. Go wipe the extra off.
Oh, there is no extra.
Alrighty then.
Yeah.
That is one of his dad. He smells like cucumber melon. I'm just saying. Oh, heavens.
Yeah, that's because I used that moisturizer.
That's all right. Uncle Rye buys me that for Christmas every year. He has since he was a little guy. Can we go to the mall, Mom? Yeah. And I would give each of my kids a certain amount of money to buy Christmas presents for whoever, right?
I think it smells really nice.
I do too. Thank you. Anyway, he would be like, well, where are you going to go shopping? And I'd be like, well, I'm going to go down here to the end of the mall. And he goes, all right. And I go, I know where you're going. And he goes, how do you know? And I go, Ryan, really? Anyway, so places the lotion in the basket. That's right. That's like his dad's favorite movie, the whole series. Anyway, so I am not a size 16, so I don't have to worry about it. Oh, heavens. I'm going to have to cut this thing up and put a video out just on the real stuff when we get there because people like to comment. When are you going to get to the real stuff? I just tell them to go 30 minutes in and they'll find the meat of the information. All right.
We'll get there eventually. It's going to happen.
That's right. All right. eBay shipping business policies. Now, to not make any of you guys, I would click this because that's how I feel, but I've only used their online service once. And yeah, it wasn't a good thing. All right. Anything that you guys want to know about eBay and somebody else, and you can't figure it out and nobody can give you the answer, type it into Google search. That's all you have to do. So, and that is all I did. I typed in eBay business policies. And honestly, all of this stuff is something that everybody should read. It's like reading the fine print on your car or your mortgage or whatever it is you're putting your name into, your checking account, your will, what have you. Okay, I'm not ignoring you guys in the chat. But if I get sidetracked on that, then there's going to be issues. And I really want to focus on this. So Lissa's going to talk to you guys and I'll chime in here and there. But for the most part, I really want you guys, I really, really, really want to delve into this and try to stay on task.
No squirrels. No squirrels. Well, I'm gonna try to be your squirrel catcher here, Noelle.
All right. Okay. Whenever you create a listing, you need to choose a set of business policies. The payment, shipping, and return details you specify for buyers. You can make the listing creation process and the management of any existing listings more efficient by creating policy templates that store your preferences for each of these areas. Now, side note here, those aren't the template. I'm going to show you those templates too, but I'm also going to show you how to set up a listing template from scratch because some people know how to use them, some people don't. So there you have it. Business policies, there's 3 business policies that you absolutely have to have in it, and we're going to go over that. Business policies are important because they let the buyers know how they can pay you, how long it will take you to ship an item, the delivery services you offer, including shipping and packing costs, and whether you accept returns. Oh. Rather than setting your preferences in these areas on a listing by listing basis, you can streamline the process by creating templates, which is what I have. Shipping business policies. I have business shipping policies. We'll get that right. I don't offer any free shipping, so I don't even have a shipping policy or there's a different, when you offer free shipping, there's a different setup. I only know this because I did a challenge with Courtney over on Bolo Buddies. Hey, Kristen, how are you? And I had to do free shipping, and I had to add another policy in for that in order to get that shipping to go through. It was hilarious. I was like, what the heck? Anyway, so we did that. These templates can be applied when creating new listings or even used to update multiple existing listings. If your business policy preferences vary depending on what you're selling, you can create a range of different templates. This gives you the flexibility to apply different payment, postage, or return details depending on what you're listing. To start using business policies, you need to opt in. Okay, you need to stop, you little varmint. I have to hang you up. I'm gonna hang you up front by your toes.
No.
Somebody fed him candy.
No. He hasn't. Well, that could be a lie. Yesterday I took him to Dizzy Castle and he got some of those. It's like a pixie stick, only you make it yourself. Oh my God. Just saying. Anyway, you can create and so if you're not opted in, don't be doing any of this opting in stuff until I've gone through all of this, or you're gonna freak out. Okay, you guys, are you here? You're hearing me, right? Okay.
That's
you
gospel.
can
Listen.
Yep. This is going to be posted back on. The chat will be there. And so, oh my gosh. Got to turn oh, by the way, you guys, if you haven't bought your fans and you need fans, you should probably go buy them now or you won't get any. Just saying. All right. You know, that's how it is, right? Fans, air conditioners. Okay. So you can create your policy templates by following these steps. I'm going to walk you through this. I'm just reading this right now because some people learn by reading, some people learn by watching, and some people need a combination of both. So if you have multiple computer screens, which I have two computers here in my office. I have the one I'm streaming on, and then I have a desktop with two screens on it. I used to have three screens on it, but I had to break away. So if you need to, this is how I made mine. I followed Don the Auction Professor, did a video, and it took me 2 days, and I went through it, and I'd rewind it and forward it and rewind it and forward it until I got my business policies how I wanted them. You have a policy statement you attach to every description. That's not the same thing. We're behaving. I don't think you're behaving. I got to not look at the chat.
Yeah, don't watch the chat. You just teach. I'm watching the chat.
If you want to delete a policy that is this is important, you guys, that is currently being used in any active or scheduled listing, you need to reassign a new policy to these listings first. It won't screw you up because it actually won't let you delete that policy if it's being used with other things. But if you do free shipping and a lot of free shipping, and you don't have shipping business policies, so every listing, say you do 20 listings today, and each one of those you have to manually go in and say it's going to be first class, and I'm going to do, this is what it weighs and all of that stuff. And if you go in and you try to opt into business policies, you may not even be able to pull up shipping business policies to do anything, because you may have 5,000, depending on how long you've been doing this, pages of dead shipping business policies. Because once that item sells, it becomes a dead policy, but it's in your policies. And I I wish that Robert and Rebel were here because we were talking about this and they can't even get theirs to load and open because I think they said that they have like 180 pages or something like that with either 100 or I can't remember how many items you can have on a page. So I'm here to help you with that. Jeremy says when he converted to policies, he had to clean up. Oh, I'm surprised you only had 200. But it's not something to freak out about. No freaking out. I'm here to help you with all of that and to make your life easier if that is what you want. Don't call me at 4:00 in the morning when you're fixing this and you screw up. You could leave me a message and I'll get back to you. But all right. If you find a policy on your listing that has the policy, you're going to name each one of your policies. Each one of your policies will have a different name. And if you find another policy with that same name and it says copy of, if you changed your shipping, payment, or return policy, we'll update all compatible listings associated with that policy to use your new terms. So say you had first class shipping 4 ounces, and then somewhere you made a change. Say you have 100 items in there. And then somewhere along the way, you made a change, and it could be, I was trying to remember what it was that I did. It used to irritate the crap out of me. I couldn't figure out why I'd get all these copies, and I'd only have 4 or 5 items before I'd realize I had these copies of my policies. And you have to go in and move them back either into the old one, which is the one that I want, because I don't know what eBay does. But sometimes you'll get copies, and it could have to do with I was trying to think. I figured it out one day, but I never wrote it down, so it's gone. Any listings that are incompatible with your updated policy terms or are restricted from being revised will no longer have this updated policy applied to them. So if you send out offers to somebody, you cannot go in and revise your listing at that point in time. They have 48 hours. The only way to revise that listing that you sent out that offer on is to end it and relist it. So I hope that makes sense. Anyway. And automatically, here we go. It's eBay that's doing these. You will no longer have this policy applied to them. An automatically generated policy beginning with copy of will be applied to the incompatible listings. This copy of policy is a duplicate of your policy before your updates were made. So there will be no contractual changes between you and a buyer for these listings. That's a good lawyer lingo right there. Tip, give your policies descriptive names such as Shipping Policy International so you can easily find the one you need. Business policies in the eBay app. So if you're on your phone, what are you laughing at?
Oh, reading about the lawyer lingo.
Lawyer lingo, yeah.
Yeah, no, because to me, and I think a lot of other people reading through this, it just, your mind just kind of goes lawyer lingo.
Well, I think a lot of people don't want to read through these things because it's like blah, 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 blah. But you need to know. You need to be aware because this is your business. And I don't want to see you on Instagram. eBay took my business away for life. And I'm not saying anything about anybody. I just, there are specific policies in here that if you don't follow, they're going to say bye-bye. And that's just how it is. So they have given us all of these policies. They have given us all of this stuff we have to follow. And if you can't find the answer that you want and nobody else knows the answer, you can always Facebook message them, right? Or you can go to the policies and read them for yourself because we're all adults. So
yeah,
they are there.
eBay, Facebook, that is really a help. They actually seem to do something.
They do. And when you're asking, when you're connecting with them for help with something like this, it's way different than when you're connecting with them because you feel like because there's crap going on. Good crap, bad crap, whatever.
Yeah.
Listen here, Michael.
Right, Mike?
You have to adult. All right. So I'm going to walk. We're almost done here. I'm not going to go through all these frequently answered questions. I am going to go. I kind of went through one. Okay. So it tells you exactly how to do it. Business policy users can now view and select existing policies from the eBay app when listing an item, which I do. To access the business policies from your listings in the app, it says tap selling at the bottom of the app homepage, list an item, blah, blah, blah. It just takes you through anybody who lists with their phone. Now, I don't always list with my phone. I will end my listing with my phone. Sometimes I'll start it with my phone. If you have spent the time at an estate sale, a garage sale, or a thrift store comping something, and you put that sucker in your hand and you go and you're going to buy it, hit sell similar, and you already have your thing there and you don't have to do any more research on it, right? Hit sell similar, put the price in that you found that it's selling for, and then just save for later. You already have that much done. So I will go back on my computer because I have stuff in the computer that I put in my description, and I'll show you that too. Anyway, business policies are only available in the app from version 6.2 onwards. So if you are using an early version of the app, go to the Android Play Store and update it. What?
Something smells like it's burning when I walked into the kitchen.
Like what?
I don't know.
How about you go in the other room and watch TV, and then you won't have to worry about something not burning in the kitchen. I don't know. I'm speechless. And that's a hard thing to come by. Anyway, the frequently asked questions, there are some really good ones here. And anybody, I can't help myself, Lissa. Anybody that, I love him dearly. You guys do know that, right?
It's parenting. It's going to happen. It's parenting. I think everybody in the room understands you're trying to do something. The past 2 years with Zoom meetings and calls, everybody gets it. It's all good. You're fine. We're still listening.
So this is where you guys are going to want to come screaming for help if you have not opted into business policies and then you decide to. So I just opted into business policies for the first time, and I can see existing payment, shipping, and return policies. Where did they come from? They're going to tell you. I have a lot of business policies. Is there any way to make them easier to manage? Why, yes. Yes, there is. I sell. What do you need, buddy? You need a love?
I have an idea.
Uh-oh. I sell items of different sizes and weights. Is there any way to change the shipping cost without creating a different shipping policy for each package size? And yes, there is, and I'll show you that one. What happens if I want to opt out of business policies? Well, you just opt out of them just like you opt into them. But yeah, this is the one that I want a lot of you to pay attention to. I get an error when I try to opt into business policies. What can I do? This usually means there are a large number of business policies created in the background. Remember, I told you if you've been selling for years and you don't have business policies. You're going to have a return policy, you're going to have a payment policy, and you're going to have there's 3 policies you have to have set up. And the rest of them after that, you're doing it per listing, which I am kind of doing it per listing, but not really, because I'm not figuring, I already have it all set up. So every time, say I have 462 first class 4-ounce shippings. Every time I sell one of those, it just goes 461, 460, whatever. Nothing happens in the background except for one of those numbers drops off. If you have 400 first class shipping for 4 ounce, each one of those has its own separate little policy. And every time it sells, it goes to zero and it just sits there in the background until you go in and delete it. Or you go in and ask them to help you clean up your business policies. And if you let it go for too long, you absolutely will have to get a hold of eBay and have them help you clean it up, because the system won't even let you in because it is so clogged up. You need a Roto-Rooter. I hope that one right there is a super important one. If any of you get super excited after you see this and you decide you want to make business policies, which in my personal opinion is the easiest thing for you to do for your life. Oops, what did I just do here? All right, let's remove that one for a second. You got a message to come back in 8 hours for them to consolidate. Oh, I bet you did. Is Courtney in here?
Yep. Bolo buddy, I'm sneaking in.
Hello, Miss Courtney. Okay, so now I'm going to open up my eBay and I'm going to let you guys in. I've done this many times. I don't care. I don't have anything to hide. And if I did, I wouldn't be here on YouTube doing this. And this is how I learned to make that I needed business policies, and that because I wasn't making very much money and I had a lot of stuff, a lot of nice stuff. And I was making about $3,000 a month, which, okay, well, that's a lot for some people. To me, for what I had and what I was selling, it wasn't, because I was using calculated shipping on everything. Well, I happened to be in somebody's chat that I went in every week when they were on late at night, and I let the whole stream open up my eBay store, and there were guys in the UK and New Zealand and Japan and China and the United States and Canada, and people were looking and on the East Coast, because I'm on the West Coast, and they were just, we couldn't believe what eBay was charging to ship some of this stuff. And at that point in time in my eBay career, I was sending a lot of stuff to Pennsylvania, New York. I was sending 75% of my sales were to the East Coast, believe it or not. It was hilarious. Anyway, so after that, I decided, and then one of the gentlemen that was in the chat that was from the UK, he said, I have flat rate shipping policies for 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound, 4 pound, anything over that's calculated, because I shouldn't say that. Anything over 4 pounds, there's no good rate for it. I mean, you're just gonna, there's no deal to be had unless you're in the United States. But if you're shipping internationally, anything over 4 pounds. So you really, really, really have to focus on, I have 5 of these, you guys, weighing your item when you list it. And if you know that it's going to go in a poly bag, then weigh that poly bag. One of the easiest ways to know how much your shipping supplies are going to add, weigh them. Take your boxes, whether you're using priority boxes from the USPS, or you have your own boxes, which I don't have any here because I don't do any shipping from the house. Weigh your stuff.
I used to have a chart, Noelle, of frequently
sticky notes
used
are
ones.
your friend. Weigh your stuff. Put a sticky note. Put it wherever it is that you need to put it, so that you can see it when you're listing, and you know that you can look at it until you have done it enough that you just know it. Because nobody is going to remember. Shipping is the hardest part. Shipping is the hardest part to learn. And nobody is going to, if anybody expects somebody to memorize all of that and know it right off, well, then I got some ocean front property in Montana to sell you. So you have a little chart too. I had a little chart for the longest time. Another thing is, and before I pull up my store and we go into this, another thing is, if your item is 1 pound, 2 ounces, it's going at a 2 pound rate. However, I will put 1 pound, 2 ounces in when I'm doing my shipping label. I will absolutely put exactly what it weighs, because there are people that will buy things from you and return it, and you will get a box full of rocks, whatever it is that they can weigh out. They'll get the item from you, they'll weigh it, and they'll attempt to get it right where it is. So I always, oceanfront property. So I always put that amount in there, but it doesn't matter if it's 16 ounces, it's 16 ounces. It's not a pound. First class mail goes from 0 to 16 ounces. 1601, you're at a pound. It's not 15.99. It's 16. There's an ounce in there that people aren't I see a lot of I listen to a lot of people because I am by myself, me and my other 5 personalities. So I always have something going on listening to it, and I listen to a lot of people, and I'm pretty proud of myself that I don't comment on a lot of stuff because I'm doing something else. I probably wouldn't have a lot of friends if I did that.
I'm not sure if Jen was confused about that mystery ounce going on, or the sizes. I don't know if you want to clarify, Jen, or
wait, what?
Wait, what? It was
I
talking
do have
about.
it memorized. Let me go up here and see.
After a while, you do memorize.
After you've been doing it for a while, yeah. First class shipping. There's 4 categories in first class shipping: 0 to 4 ounces, 4.01 to 6 ounces. No, to 8 ounces. 6.01 to 12 ounces, and 12.01 to 16 ounces. Mm-hmm. And that's where you're at. I have 4 first class shipping business policies. 4. And I weigh everything, and I know what it's going to be shipped in, and I know how much that's going to add to it. And I calculate for that. And that's where it's at. And I will, if it's a bigger item, I will add another pound. Sometimes I'll add 2 pounds on it, because especially if it's a breakable big item, because you have your box, you have your bubble wrap, which bubble wrap you wouldn't think weighs that much, but when you get enough of it, it does. It can that 1 little ounce,
1 bubble can push you over.
Then you're cutting the tape, and you're opening your package, and you take some of the packaging out, and you put. I did this the other day, and I was cracking myself up because I thought I got to talk about this. And then you put it all back in there, minus, I even weighed it to see. And then you take your tape and you tape your box backs up. Well, guess what? Now you've double taped it, and your tape weighs, because I couldn't get that stupid box 1 ounce less to get it down to that pound. So I just got a new box. And I started all over again, because it was the tape that I had taped the box up that was throwing me off.
No, well, my favorite is when I'm trying to shave those, and I go in and get those tabs and start slicing off the box tabs, and just seeing how much I can shave off with that. So, but yeah, with the whole setting up the policies for each one. So are you saying that, to make it more speedy, that we all should set up a policy for each one of the weights that we frequently use? And that's
not even frequently. You need to have policies for stuff that you don't even not frequently use, because then it's just there. And I shouldn't say this. To me now, because I know how to do it, it's super simple to do. Is it time consuming? It can be. the more questions you want to ask, the more stuff you want to do in there, what you want to do and what you don't want to do. You know, that's where it can make the difference. So anyway, without further ado, let's yeah, right. Was that the cat?
No, that was me making the drum roll, but
Oh.
trying.
I couldn't see you because I'm going to we're going
Window.
to go all right, this is my seller hub. And you have all of these different things that you should be checking out on a daily, if not weekly basis. And if you're not, you can really get screwed up in your metrics. And I mean, this stuff right here, everybody's always like, what's your sell through? What's your click through? What's your listing page views? Which I don't care, because I sell so many things. I seldom look at that. However, it's been in the red, because you do notice that it's been in the red for ever, because I moved and it took almost 3 months to move and get that all done. I'm still not quite done, but anyway, and you can see that I've had really bad days, really good days, goose egg, goose egg, goose egg, goose. This is Memorial Day weekend. 2 days in there, no sales, and then a sale, and then no sales. And anyway, and then I started consistently listing right here. Boom, 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 boom. And I have 2 orders waiting to be paid for that are about, one of them's $100 plus shipping and the other one's a $200. So hi, Barb. Did I say hi? I saw you and I meant to say hi and I wasn't ignoring you. So hi. All right. To get to your business policies, we want to go to our active listings. I'm really not going to look at the chat right now. So if somebody has a pressing message, they need to put a question mark before they ask the question, and Lissa will interrupt me.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so manage your active listings. I have 2,072 active listings. Over here on my left-hand side, left on our left-hand side, you have all of these different ones: active, unsold, drafts, scheduled, ended. You should, in my opinion, you should never have anything in the ended folder. There's absolutely no reason. Everybody gets enough listings now for free. That right there will screw you up big time. All right, that's my opinion though. Downloads, uploads, settings, listing templates. We're going to go into that if we have enough time today. Business policies. Boom. I probably should have. Okay, see this little pop-up that just came up here? How we'll clean up policies. Delete policies that aren't used by any active or recently ended listings. Give policies more descriptive names unless you've recently renamed them. I have 1 page of shipping business policies, and I keep my number at 25, because if I go over 25, I know there's a copy in here, because I know that I have a total of 25 shipping business policies. Now, most people it probably is set on 200, because that's what the default is for. See, I can see it's not even going to go to 200 for me, because I don't even have any free listings or any listings that I've done without using my business policies. Like you said, having a policy for an item that, okay, I have this policy right here that says floor mats, Lexus. I listed 3 sets of like new, like they drove home from the car lot in the brand new car, and then took so they got whatever, and they had the plastic on them, for my son's friend, one of my adopted sons. And for some reason, that set of floor mats for that Lexus decided, eBay told me that I couldn't use, there was some country that I couldn't send them to, that I couldn't ship them to, because I have them on international shipping. All right, so I made a shipping policy just for these. It is called floor mats for the Lexus. When I sell them, I will delete this policy. And it's calculated because I have it set up that they can either choose USPS, they can choose parcel select ground, USPS ground, or they can use Federal Express. And when you order something off of eBay, it'll tell you, if you go in and look at this, you got your description and then you have in the little tab up above the description, you have the shipping, and it'll tell you, if you click into those, what they're offering for shipping. So I have 3 choices on this. That is how I set this up. If I wanted to offer an additional one, all I have to do is click on this, offer an additional service. And I have all of these different choices I can choose from. Every one of these. FedEx Smart Post, eBay standard envelope for trading cards. Probably not a good idea to use that if you're sending some floor mats for Lexus, right? You don't want to use the envelope, the standard envelope. Now, you can combine shipping discounts, apply your calculated shipping rule. I don't have a calculated shipping rule. And you can add a shipping and handling cost. So if you want to recoup some money for your shipping supplies and your time, you could put $3.50 in here, or you could put $22.95 in here, thinking you're getting something over on somebody. I do not use a shipping and handling cost because, and there's no reason really, you should have all of that stuff. Built into your price, you guys.
Yeah, Cheryl was asking if this is where she would set up her keychain shipping policy, and I said yes.
Yep, yes, it is. I'm gonna ignore the fact that I saw what you wrote, Barb, and you should be shot with a dull bullet. Well, it hurts worse to get cut by a dull knife, so wouldn't it hurt worse if you got shot with a dull bullet? I don't know. Okay, now if I wanted to ship these international, this is my domestic, U.S. shipping. That's your domestic, okay? This is going to get really sticky because I only ship internationally through Pirate Ship. So I'm going to pull up another screen and I'm going to pull up Pirate Ship, and I'm going to go into Pirate Ship, and I'm going to find out what it's going to cost me, because I already know. And I'm going to pull up, this is why having multiple screens are really good. To make this policy, I'm going to have my policy open. I'm going to have eBay's shipping calculator over here. I'm going to have Pirate Ship's shipping calculator over here. And I am going to find the furthest place in the United States from me to ship. And I am going to put that zip code in, that state, just that zip code in. And I'm going to find out what it's going to cost. You guys you're going to have to come back and listen to this because I can't pull up 10 screens and show you all of this. You're going to have to figure out what it's going to cost you to ship that item. I use Miami, Florida zip code because it's diagonal as far away from me as it can be. It's going to cost me more to ship to Miami than it is to Texas or to Maine or anywhere else. But I don't even use any of those others. Miami is the furthest away from me. I am in southern Washington. I am literally 2 miles from the Interstate 5 bridge that goes over to Portland, Oregon. That's where I am. So I am on the West Coast and pretty much anything. So, and I use that number. That is my shipping. I don't go, oh, somebody asked me, well, what if you're shipping it to Portland, Oregon? And I said, well, I used to refund. I no longer refund shipping unless they ask me. If they ask me, I will refund. And the reason I don't refund anymore is because they knew what it was going to cost. If you've ever bought anything on eBay, you have to click, 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 click. It's not just a one-click thing. And so that's where I am. But I have never had, I'm about to ship, remember that trifoil Amberina swung glass vase that I got? It's 28 inches. I sold it last night. I took a best offer for $200. But it's going across it's just really going across the river in Portland. So, however, that vase itself is on calculated shipping because it's heavy and it's big. It's 28 inches. So it's in my calculated shipping for USPS priority, Federal Express. They can choose of those three which way they want to send them. And another thing on that too is, so if we go back over here and look, USPS Parcel Select, USPS UPS Ground, and Federal Express Ground. All of these have the same delivery date. As a matter of fact, UPS and Federal Express will get there before Parcel Select Ground. And you could add priority in here and give them another option. But if they say this person chose USPS Parcel Select Ground, and I saw that when I put it all in Pirate Ship, that it's going to be cheaper to send it to them through UPS, and I know they're going to get it faster or the same exact time, you can change that shipping. If they paid for priority and you realize that it weighs under 16 ounces, you cannot change that from priority to first class. Does that make sense, you guys? You will have an angry customer, and it's just not kosher. So you can go up, you can go to the side, you can go the same or better, but you can't go less. If you have a business policy that has multiple choices for the customer. Okay, so you can do the handling costs. International shipping. Now I base all of my international shipping on Pirate Ship's rates. And I need to go in and spend an hour or so to make sure that my priority shipping rates are what they should be, because Pirate Ship just got a new deal with the post office and their priority shipping rates are less than eBay's. So if you don't use Pirate Ship.
Yeah, Pirate Ship is invaluable.
And there's a couple other ones. It's not always, there's Jan uses a couple of different ones. Also, on that note, through Pirate Ship UPS, sometimes your media mail packages that are big are cheaper to send UPS ground than they will be to send media mail through the USPS. And so now how many people have I lost because there's a lot, if you can learn, and nobody expects anybody to learn all of this stuff and understand it in a year. I mean, there's no way you're going to learn all of this in a year, but there's plenty of people to ask. I have my opinion on the best way to do this, and that's my opinion. That's what works good for me. I'm very passionate about it, is the word I've used many times. I also give you my opinion because I've been doing this long enough and I've seen it long enough and I know what works. And if you're doing calculated shipping on everything and you're doing the global shipping program and you're not doing international shipping, well, that's another story. You've lost out on every place in the world except the United States if you're not doing international shipping. But But calculated shipping, eBay charges an arm, a leg, and a toenail for calculated shipping. And now we are paying taxes. We are paying fees, final value fees on the shipping. So if their shipping is calculated by their rates, then it's funny. I'm looking at you, Lissa, over here on my other screen, and this is where you guys are. That's hilarious. Let's just go out of here for a second. I know, right? If I sent something 4 ounces in my shipping business policy, that's the rate. That's what I know it's going to weigh that with what I'm shipping it at. And it's going to be, I'll show you in a minute when we go back in there because I have the numbers. But if you do calculated 4 ounces through eBay, I mean, it may be $2 here. It may be $5 to Florida. It may not be. They're going to charge you more in your calculated shipping than you are charging in your flat rate shipping. And let me just tell you, say you sell 100 items a month. Say you're paying 10 cents extra. Now that's $10 a month times 12 is $120. What could you guys do with $120?
Pay the electric bill.
It's actually more than that. I'm gonna show you it's more than that. And if you think that your sales are down because the algorithm, some are slowed down, it's eBay's messing with this, eBay's doing that, you guys, I'm here to tell you, I'm all right, Doug, get ready to unsub. It's bullshit. Quit trying to figure out what eBay is doing to you and just do your business. Do your listings, do your sourcing, do your stuff. It will come back. If you're not being consistent with your business will not be consistent with you. Nobody's going to figure out eBay's algorithm or Google's algorithm or Poshmark or Etsy or TrueGather or Bonanza or Grailed. I could just go on. There's nobody in this world. I would have to say, in my limited computer experience, their systems are so messed up, especially eBay's, because they're so old, even though they're updating them, right? And those of us that have been doing this for a long time, we're used to certain categories having other categories in this categories. Now eBay's trying to make it easier with less categories so that there's less things to choose from. And I think, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a computer guru or anything like that, but I don't even look at views either, Courtney. No, I don't.
Hey, Noelle?
Yeah, you'll have to resub again, Doug.
Brett had an interesting question. I know it's one that a lot of people don't deal with, but American, but she wants to know about, do you have to add a policy regarding the VAT charges?
No, because I don't ship through. I haven't paid any VAT charges, so that I know of. And I know some people are getting hit with them real hard. I don't know if there's a difference shipping through Pirate Ship, because I don't ship internationally through eBay at all, period. I don't use global shipping. And I'll show you, I'm going to pull up one of my listings and show you what I would do. But I choose eBay standard international shipping on my shipping. And then I have in my international shipping, well, let's go back in here while I'm talking about it, because that's just the best.
And also with that, Jan wanted to know what countries are on your exclusion list. I know my exclusion list is like 2 feet long, but that's from years of my own personal experiences.
I'll show you right now, because we're gonna go into. Okay, so I'm gonna close out of this. I don't think I'm just going to cancel this because I didn't do anything. I don't think I changed anything in here. All right. All right. So there's three. There should be three. Oh, there's two that policies that you absolutely have to have. Standard payment policy. Everybody has that, and a standard return policy. My return policy is 30 days. Buyer pays shipping. And apparently I don't accept international returns. That's not true. I don't know how that got clicked off, and because I always have. Anyway, so 30 days, buyer pays shipping, period. Now, I have made a change in this standard return policy, so it's going to give me, I don't know why that got clicked off. I never noticed that before, but I do not do free returns. I do not do 60-day returns. I do not do 90-day returns. And anyone, in my opinion, who has no returns accepted, you're not going to be getting a lot of sales, because would you walk into Walmart, Target, Nordstrom's, Macy's, wherever, and buy something if you knew you couldn't take it back? I can guarantee you absolutely would not. So if you have on your items that no returns, there's a lot of people that filter that out, and that your stuff is not even going to get the global shipping doesn't catch everything, Courtney. It doesn't.
Noelle, I think that's a really good point to make for people, that just putting it in that perspective. Would you go into a store and get that stuff? You're not thinking about returning it, but just knowing that you have that option, because yes, you're right. There are people going, I don't want to mess with somebody, because it almost breeds an idea of they're selling you something that's wrong and they don't want it back, like you're going to be stuck with something.
And on top of that, if they open an INAD, you're going to take the return and you're going to like it.
And Courtney was saying about the GSP system, and that she likes it because of things getting caught that aren't supposed to go to countries. And I know that there's certain
I guess
the list.
I guess that could be a good thing, maybe for newer people that don't have the knowledge. And I just lost my stupid computer, shut off because I was inactive.
Well, we got to remember, it's really difficult to broad base all this from, there might be some people that are just starting out, and then there's people that a lot of this is old hat. And really, it's just hoping to impart a little bit of new knowledge to any of them to build on.
Oh, for sure. For sure. I can't see the chat because my computer died, and now it's, for some reason.
Well, it's okay. I got your back, Noelle. I got your back, girl. Now, Courtney, she's saying about she's had multiple things stopped, and and she's not new. We know that. We know Polo Buddy. But
I've had one thing stopped, and it wasn't even through shipping. It was absolutely a guitar that I was listing that was made from rosewood, and rosewood cannot be shipped. And for some weird reason, eBay caught me while I was listing it and wouldn't let me list it to ship internationally. Why they don't do that on every stinking item that we list, I can't answer that. It would be amazing if they didn't have to have a Vero list, if they would just say, instead of having this long Vero list or taking your listing down because somebody made a complaint or whatever, it would just be great if they would attach that to the title. I mean, you put that word in there and that's a Vero, and they just won't let you list it. That would be amazing, but they don't. I know that you can't ship anything that has the word knife internationally, period. And I learned that real quick because I had a bunch of high-end knife catalogs that were older years. And they wouldn't let, it was like, it wouldn't let me list it, wouldn't let me list it, wouldn't let me list it. And so I finally, this is when I started out, I finally contacted eBay, and he goes, it's the word knife. He goes, just don't, he goes, the people that are looking for that catalog, they're going to know it by the name. Just don't put knife, don't put knife anywhere. And he goes, and you'll be fine. And I was, and not only was I, but the person that bought all 5 of them that I had were international. So you can't sell leather Italian shoes to Italy. I mean, it just, there are just things that we learn as we go on. But I have personally not had any issues with anything that I have sent. And I'm not willing to let my customers get charged up the yin yang for an item, because that's what global shipping does. It's Pitney Bowes, is what it is. And that's just me.
No, Brett was bringing up something that, over time, at some point, everyone is going to run into those couple people or whatever that, the buyers, say, you figured you've got everything done. And then the person gets the item, the buyer, and says about the VAT charges and that you should pay them, that they didn't know they had to pay that.
That's bullshit. Anybody that lives in another country that orders from anywhere that's not their country knows that they're going to have VAT charges. And it would be my guess, I'm not sure because I haven't ordered anything, that it probably tells them that when they're purchasing it.
And Jan's bringing up, she says, okay, and these things aren't allowed to be shipped through the post office, or just eBay won't allow it? No, it's the countries.
It's the countries. There's certain things that you just, I mean, why would Italy want to let you sell leather shoes back to their country when that's one of the things that is they're known for? If that makes sense.
There's actually lists on the USPS website, Jan, and
there
everybody
is.
That says this country, you cannot ship this. This country, you cannot ship this. You luckily now, like saying that, the GSP will catch it, or, in eBay, I had to actually read those early on and learn it. Some things you just you get used to, but if you're really going to sweat trying to learn all that, I don't know. What's your take on that, Noelle?
I think that if you are scared of international shipping and you want to dip your toes in it, then go ahead and try global shipping. Anything that is pirate ship has a special rate to Canada, which is only a few dollars more than shipping in the United States. So I could send a 6-ounce package to Canada for $9. Through pirate ship, and USPS is going to charge you 12 or 13, I think, for a 6-ounce package. So how many people that live in Canada? Is Carl in here? Anybody in here from Canada?
I want to live in Canada.
You want to live in Canada?
No. Pancakes.
So if you have, and and I feel sorry for those guys. They get screwed one way and another, both all over the place. The Canadian people do. Just the shipping in their country is horrendous. And a lot of people that I know, you have Carl the Lazy Reseller. We have Antiques and Profits Scotty. There's, oh my gosh, there's Julie, who used to be AJ's Retro, and now it's Red Door. Changed it. Dang it. If you're listening, Julie, I'm sorry. I mean, but ask these people. Now, there are some services that are very similar to pirate ship that they can use. PB Argentina just isn't on the GSP list. You can ship to them via, I get messages from people all the time. Will you ship to here? One of them was Trinidad and Tobago. This guy wanted to know what I shipped to him. Well, he was buying a similar to a the elastic stockings for people that have had blood clots and stuff. What are they called?
Compression socks.
Yes. So I had some of those, and he was buying them. We had, it took 4 days for him to make this purchase, because he was up when I was sleeping, and I was sleeping when he was up, and so we were going back and forth through the messages. And so what would it cost to ship this to him, and so on and so forth. And so we finally ended up, he bought it, and I shipped it. Well, it took 3 months to get there, and I told him it was going to take a while to get there. It took 3 months to get there because the only way to get mail to Trinidad and Tobago is via boat. So, those are conversations that you want to have with people. And if somebody sends you a message, do you ship to here? Don't jump, don't go. No. Take a breath. Don't answer them back. Check it out. Check out what the shipping time is and all of that stuff. And then lay that all out in your message back to them. Yes, I will ship to you. It's going to take a long time. They usually know that because they live there and they're ordering stuff right. This guy was super nice, and it did. It took 2.5 months to get there, but he got it, and he was very happy and very thankful. So those are my experiences. Maybe I'll take a few more risks. I also don't pay a lot for a lot of my items. Now, if I had something that was super expensive, I'm going to insure it. If you're using pirate ship, they take care of that themselves. You don't file a claim with the United States Post Office or UPS or Federal Express. You file a claim with pirate ship, and they take care of it, period. Okay, so you have several horrendous foreign experiences. You stopped just those countries. You cut all your foreign down to only UK, Canada, Europe, Australia, New Zealand, Japan. Well, hey, that's what you got to do, right? If that's what's good for you. All right, so let's look at, they're in a weird, I wonder where my number one is. Number one is hiding here. No. 1 ounces, 1 to 4 ounces first class. So let's check it out. This is what I see when I pull up a listing, and I know it's going to be, this is what I'm going to see. This is my description to myself, that I have a flat rate of $3.95. It may end up being $2.19 if it's just going to Oregon or Idaho. But if it's going to Florida or Maine or Texas, it's going to be pretty darn close to that $3.95. And I always add an extra quarter to all of my flat rates, because that's like my shipping and handling for myself. A quarter, I probably use a quarter's worth of tape. So that's what I do. You can do whatever you want. You can add a shipping and handling charge on there. Now, this might be where it gets a little scary to you guys. So for domestic, now our rates went up, right? So I come in here, and in order to change your rates in your business policy, you have to open each one of them. Like I told you, I have 25. 2 of them are the 2 that everybody has, right? This is my first of my 4 first class shippings. So you can choose. Calculated cost varies by buyer location. Freight, large items over 150 pounds. No shipping, local pickup only. And in order to do free in your shipping business policies, you have to have a different setup for your one of the other 2 that I just showed you. I forget what it is, because I had to create that when I did the contest with Courtney, the hashtag auction 99, and it was free shipping. Okay. And so my handling time is 1 business day. And you really don't want to go over 3 business days. Some people like to have same business day. I don't. I used to have same business day. I really have been thinking about changing it to 2 business days, but 1 business day is enough. I most of the time I ship it the same day they order it. If they order it before 3:00 in the afternoon, it gets shipped that day. If they order and pay.
Courtney wanted to know, why do you pick a flat rate and not do calculated?
Because eBay charges more for calculated shipping, and they will way overcharge than what my flat rate is. Some people will just have one first class shipping policy, and they use the highest weight up to 16 ounces. So some poor sap that's buying a 4-ounce package is getting charged the same amount for as somebody that's buying a 16-ounce package, and that's their call. That's this is my personal business. But I know a lot of people who feel the same way and do the same thing that I do, and I know a lot of people that don't. So does that make me stupid or you guys stupid? No, it means that's what you feel comfortable doing. Okay, so here is my international shipping. This is what my international customers see and what they will get charged. Oh, and by the way, if I have an item and I have 10 of those items and they order more than one, they'll get an additional charge. And you really got to be careful with this. Lots of times I'll refund, or lots of times when they do this, I will send them an invoice and I fix the shipping to the exact weight of what they're purchasing so that they don't overpay, if that makes sense. But
we're getting a lot of questions, Noelle.
I still have it there.
We're getting quite a few. Like Jenny wants to know, does the handling time only take into account how long it takes for you to print the shipping label, or it actually being scanned in at the post office? And
you have 24 hours from the minute they pay to put that thing in the mail. If they paid at 12:04 in the morning, a.m. at night while you were sleeping. Okay, I'm not sleeping at 12.
Well, it's whenever you set your handling time for. Yours is one day.
If they paid at midnight, you have till midnight you have 24 hours from that time that they paid to ship that item. If you have 2-day handling, you have 48 hours you have 48 hours. I try not to math at nighttime, you guys. If you have 3-day handling, you have 36 hours or 3 days. And I don't know about you. I can't answer this question, but if I sell something Friday and if I sell something Friday, it doesn't matter if it's 12:01 Friday morning. I don't have to ship that thing until Monday if I don't want to.
Okay. Yeah, we got a lot of questions.
Saturdays and Sundays don't count.
Okay. And doing it wrong had about, with your flat rate, eBay is still taking their 12% shipping fee on top, right?
Yeah, they are. But my flat rate's cheaper than theirs most of the time. So I'm not spending as much because I don't know where they get their calculated prices from. I really don't. They've got Siegfried and Roy in there pulling something out of somebody's something, choosing prices.
And there's about customer discounts. Multiple purchases. Bolo, Courtney is saying about people, the multiple purchases in certain categories, that they get a $5 flat rate, the discounts, and just eating differences to get more sales.
I do not offer shipping discounts on multiple purchases. Just like I said, right here, you can see And I'm doing this. I figured these, like here, right here, this Canada one right here. See, I have for 4 ounces, anything up to 4 ounces to Canada. Yeah, 4 ounce is going to cost $11. If they add another 4 ounces onto that, that's 8 ounces. And this is what it's going to cost me through Pirate Ship to ship that to them in Canada. Now, if I'm in Washington, so if they're just up here in BC, Canada, it doesn't make any difference whether it's in BC or whether they're clear over by Jan in New York. That's what it's going to cost me to send it. And I literally have had no complaints. And I get a lot of, I ship to Canada almost every day. Almost every day. It's seldom that I don't have a shipment. I ship international almost every day. Today was one of the few days that I did not have an international order. But I have an international order almost every day. And what if I didn't ship internationally? I wouldn't have those orders. So it's cheaper for me. I went in using the eBay shipping business, the eBay shipping calculator. If you don't know where to get to that, I'll try to put a link to it in the description, but I'm really bad about going back and doing that. Just Google eBay shipping calculator. Tell me. I should have it right here. Somebody help me. Shipping calculator. See that? This is the eBay shipping calculator. You can do a letter. You can do a large envelope, a package, a large package. So let's do a package, and let's do a 10 by 8 by 6. Oops, dimensions. I didn't hit my apparently didn't hit the right button here. 10 by 8 by 6. Let's just do this. 2 pounds, 4 ounces, which is gonna be 3 pounds, you guys. My zip, we'll use my old zip code. Here I put 0 because I don't charge any, but you can. And we can go right here and you can select any major city. So usually I do Atlanta, calculate shipping. And it's going to tell you these are the prices that eBay is going to charge you for this item. A package that's a 10 by 8 by 6 that weighs 2 pounds, 4 ounces, which is 3 pounds. From where I live in Washington to Atlanta. And these are the different prices. USPS parcel select ground, $12.25. USPS media mail, $4.45. You have to follow the media mail rules. USPS retail ground. Isn't that funny? Parcel select ground and retail ground are $5 difference. USPS priority mail, you're going to pay $17.74 because they're being nice and giving you a 16% discount. Right.
Cheryl was saying, oh, I didn't mean to really enjoy. Cheryl was saying combined shipping discount for multiple items purchased.
Some people do that. I do not. Usually when I have a multiple purchase, a multiple item purchase, I go in and I go into the shipping, and a lot of times eBay will do this for you. They'll be right there. It'll only show you one, but when you click on it, it'll pull up all 4. But what I usually do is I pull it up because they usually somebody that has a multiple item purchase, they won't pay right away because they put their items in the cart and they purchase it. And I will send them an invoice. I will go in, I will pull all of those out. I will figure out exactly what size box it's going to take to put all of those items in, package it, weigh it up, and then I will send them. And usually it's a lot cheaper than what they were getting with their flat rates, right? And so then they never pay that. They never overpay for shipping, if that makes sense. So you can go in here. This is a really good way to learn which, if you want to learn about USPS regional rate boxes. I don't use those. Some people do. I just don't. You can only have so much room for so many boxes, you guys. At some point in time, you have to. The worst overcharge I've seen is with UPS ground. Sometimes that can get bonkers, especially if you're doing it through eBay. When you go into, you know what? Okay, so let's go back here to this. Oh, crap. Wouldn't you know it? Because, no, it's because I think I got my phone stolen 4 weeks ago at an estate sale, you guys. I don't want to hear anything about it. I don't want any I'm sorry's or nothing. I had to change all my passwords. And I have this lovely book, but I've changed passwords so many times that this book looks like a zombie was sewn back together.
I'm plugging in my laptop. Apparently it came on. I accidentally kicked it, so I just got battery low.
Let's see if this works.
Everyone. Now I got to follow the cord.
If this is the right one. Apparently it was not. See if I changed it back. Oh.
Oh my God.
And then they want you to tell, oh, wow. Woohoo! I better write that down.
Aha. Sorry for the technical difficulties, everyone.
All right. All right. Rates right here. Pirateship.com, you guys. So what did we do here? We did ship to the United States, zip code. Oh, what was that? Atlanta. Oh man. I used to have a sticky note with it. Oh, Florida Keys. That's the one I use actually. 33050. I literally have a sticky note on my I could put 90210. We all know that one, right? Okay.
Yep.
Here they have type of packaging, box or rigid packaging, because you can use an envelope, padded envelope, poly bag, soft bag, or a box in a bag. If you have a poly bag that's 13 by 10 by 1, because when it's flat, it's not even 1 inch, you can choose this. If you have a box that fits in that without, not a box that's 13 by 10 by 1, you have to have a box that fits in this bag. And I'll tell you what, a 6 by 4 by 4 box will fit perfect in this bag. Therefore, a 6 by 4 by 4 box will also fit perfect in a padded flat rate through the USPS. So, and then they have all the different USPS ones that you can go down here and choose from, and UPS. So what you can do, I just choose this. We will go 10 by 8 by 6. What did I do? What did I do? 2 pounds, 4 ounces, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I should have left that other one up so we could look and see. And this is what it's going to come up with, all the different prices. Parcel select ground, $225. UPS ground, $225. Priority mail, $17.74. UPS 3-day select, $16.09. So you can send it cheaper 3 days through UPS for less than priority mail, which is 3 days. And then they have all these other ones that you can choose from. So you want to come in here and see. Try sending something next day air, Saturday delivery through the post office. I can almost guarantee you're going to pay $120. I literally, my heart breaks every time I walk into the post office and I see people waiting in line. And I want to say something so bad. I want to be like one of those guys. Hey, you want to buy a watch? Only I want to go, hey, you need to.
I feel bad for the elderly people standing there, and you hear them, oh, that's going to be $74. And it's like, and it's just a little thing that, you know, they can be doing flat rate or something. It does. It kills me too.
Yep. So now, is pirate ship always cheaper? Nope, it's not. You'll learn what stuff is and what stuff isn't. But more often than not, when you're sending a package, especially anything over 2 pounds, it's not going to matter what size. If your package is a cubic foot, 12 by 12 by 12, it doesn't matter if that package weighs, you're going to say, if you put in 8 by 10 by 6, let's just see this. So everybody keep in their mind, parcel select ground, $12.25. If I put 12 by 12 by 12, it should, okay, we had 12.25 and 12.60. It should be the same price. Okay. You're not paying for the size of the package until it goes over a cubic foot. 1 cube, a square. I'm not trying to make anybody feel stupid, but there's a lot of people that can't visually associate that kind of stuff. And I don't like to be that person. So there's your cube, right? And obviously it's not going to matter as long as you keep all 3 of these. 12 by 12 by 12 is how many cubic inches? 12 times 12 is 144 times another 12 is, that's too much math.
No math. No.
A second. Somebody's going to put it in there, but I'll get it. 12 times 12 times 12. That's not right. There's no way that's right. 12.
Anyone in the class 12. Answer for us?
1,724 is your number. 1728, excuse me, 1728. 12 by 12 by 12. So anything, yes, or 36 total. Correct. Jeremy's got it. That's easier that way. So if you have, let's see if I can do this over here. If you have a 10 by 10 plus 12, you're under that. If you have, so, you guys be creative and be good with your measurements, because as long as you stay under that 36, as long as you stay under that 12 by 12 by 12 cubic inches size, you're gonna have this. What did I just do? 30. So let's go back here. Let's put something else in here. Let's do 12 by
16.
10, 16. Okay, thank you. 12 by 16 by, we'll just do 8. And it should be the same price. Dun, dun, dun. Now, if you go 12 by 16 by 12, guess what?
Yeah.
Do you see what I see? That's when you're getting those larger packages like that, then you're going to pay a little bit more. But look at, okay, can we just take a moment and go, $22.54 versus $45.44. Don't you tell me that if you have a flat rate for an item because you know what it's going to cost because you've sat your butt down in your chair in your office and you've ran all these numbers. It took me 2 days to come up with my stuff. That's all I can say. That if you offer something for sale and you can offer somebody a flat rate and save them $23, who do you think they're going to choose to buy from? You or eBay's calculated shipping?
Class.
All of these little things add up. Gas is through the roof. Groceries are going through the roof. People want to buy our things, but they want to be not screwed in shipping. And to me, this is one of the most important parts of customer service, is knowing your shipping and being able to provide a good rate. Because I will tell you something to all of you who offer free shipping, it's a gimmick. Every time every time the USPS changes their shipping rates, guess what you have to do? You have to adjust every item that you have. You have to adjust the price because you've built your shipping price into your item price. And by building your shipping price into your item price, if you're off on your shipping measurements by 1 ounce or 2 inches, $23 is hard to swallow, you guys. It is so super important to measure and weigh and to have an idea. But you pull that shipping calculator up. It's going to listing. I used to watch people and they would say, oh, I did 100 listings this week. And I would just bawl because I was suffering through trying to get 5 done in a week. And it will seem that way when you first start out. And this right here, this is the worst part. Shipping is the worst part. If you need to start out using calculated shipping just to get started, for crying out loud, do it. If shipping is what's holding you back from listing and having the freedom of selling your items and not donating them or having to have a big garage sale, if shipping is what's holding you back, choose calculated shipping. Just do calculated shipping, and eBay will do that. And you can set all of these up right here on your business policies. You can just go whammo, calculated shipping, and they will figure it all out for you. Same up here, whammo, calculated shipping cost by, and they do all of that for you, right? Do we have a question?
Well, I was going to point out, Noelle, the one thing that it's just been, I mean, for me, even in recent times, in the past year or whatever, that the whole thing with building your shipping into, you've got free shipping and then into your prices, it totally eluded me understanding that, yeah, if you put your stuff on sale, how much you're even screwing yourself because, because
you're fine. I'm
language.
There's a couple of words that I've been really good about, but shit, I have a hard time with. And if people have a hard time with that, well, I was raised on a dairy farm, and sometimes that's just what we called it, was shit.
But that's one with how much you lose off, and I didn't even think about that. You're building it into your price, but then you're on sale.
Yep. So when you set up your international shipping, and I should probably make up a fake. Let's do that. Let me just save this. Let's go in here and let's create a policy. Now, you can reassign listings bulk. We weren't able to because I didn't choose any. You can delete policies, which is what you're going to have to do if you have pages and pages. And you'll know that you need to delete them because this number over here will be 0. Okay. Anything that has a 0 over here. So if you guys have multiple pages and go to the page where you start seeing the zeros, and those are the ones that you want to delete because they're not being used anymore, but they're stuck in your system. They're stuck in eBay's system because they don't teach us. eBay does not teach you how to run a store. They don't teach you how to set up. They have it written there, but there's a lot of people that don't do well with reading. Everybody learns differently. Anybody that has kids knows this, because you have one kid that will learn one way and one kid that will learn another, and you can sit there and explain. Like, it took 5 different math teachers for my son. They kept going, and finally I sat him down at the table and I said, this is the easiest way to do this. And he goes, they won't let me do it like that. And I said, the hell they won't. And I went to school the next day, and sure they did. Math is math. You find the easiest way that your brain and your eyes and your hands and your ears can figure out how to subtract 2 from 4, and you do that. You don't go, 8 minus 10 or some stupid. They're trying to screw these kids up with word problems and their new math and all of that. And where does that get them? Do they really need to learn that? Yeah, or not graduating. So create a policy. Let's go down here and create a policy. So you've got payment policies, return policies, shipping policies. And then you have down here vehicles, cars, trucks, motorcycles, and boats. This is eBay Motors. Shipping. I am going to create we're just gonna do this as test policy. And for the heck of it.
That's a good one. Which policy? The one for the heck of it.
So now you have your choices. U.S. shipping, domestic. This is all domestic right here. Flat, same cost to all buyers, which is basically the same thing as a padded flat rate, right? Padded flat rate is $8, right around $8. I forget. I don't have to look it up. I don't have to know it by heart because I have a shipping business policy for it.
It's already right there. Just click.
Yep. So flat rate, same cost to all buyers. So let's say for the heck of it, let's do 2 pounds. This is going to be for the heck of it, 2 pound shipping rate. So services, I'm going to offer Federal Express, UPS ground. I am going to offer.
Can I have some elastic rope yet?
Not right now.
No.
I'm gonna tie you up with that elastic rope if you're not careful.
No, I actually need it for the mask.
I will get you some later.
Yes.
He's got these masks. Where did we get these?
It was for my, I believe my 6th birthday. There were skeleton ones, zombie ones, creeper ones, enderman ones, but I lost all the skeleton
Anyway,
ones.
we have to get some elastic upstairs so that he can wear these.
No elastic rope so I can wear them.
I made the mistake of giving him a piece the other day, and he had a lot of fun with it.
You missed an adjective there, Grandma.
I'm telling you. All right. So what did I choose here? Oh, we've got USPS retail ground, 2 to 9 business days. You can choose parcel select. That's another one for them to choose. And all you can choose, you know what? I'm doing this wrong because this should be calculated. All right, we're doing calculated. I'm going back here. If you're going to use this for something that weighs over 4 ounces and you don't want to make a flat rate and you're going to do calculated cost by, give them options, because eBay will give them options more. They'll see the difference in price from them. So you want to go parcel select, and then you want to choose this one. You want to choose parcel. We did parcel select ground, retail ground. You don't want to choose media mail because that is not a choice unless it's media. And blank media does not count as media mail. So anything 16.01 ounces and over is going to be priority mail. So you want to give them the option to choose priority mail. And we have UPS in there, USPS. So let's go. Did I put FedEx? FedEx Smart Post I normally use. And that's all they're going to let you have to choose from. So you really want to, I think 2 to 9 business days. Let's remove this one. Retail ground, remove. We got a FedEx, we got priority, parcel select, and now oh really, seriously, now I want to find, there should be a UPS. Next day, and you just have to look at these, and UPS, they have 3-day, which is similar to priority and a little bit cheaper if you use it through, here we go, UPS ground, 1 to 5 business days. So now they have 2 USPS choices, they have UPS choice, and they have a Federal Express choice.
All in one place. You can just go, hey, all right.
They will see when they look at shipping what it's going to cost, what eBay is going to charge them for each one of these, and they can choose which one they want. If they choose one and you happen to be smart enough to look and find a cheaper one of these 4 that you've given them the choice to use, you can go with the cheaper one. Anyway, then you can select, you can apply your calculated shipping rule, which is shipping discounts. You can combine items into one package. Yeah, I guess I do. I don't know why I don't have this. Okay, here you go, Cheryl. You can combine items into one package and offer shipping discounts. Specify the combined shipping discount you want to use for this list. So if you do this, you're going to have to make a combined shipping rule up. Select a handling time. 1 business day should be good. Now, if you only want to ship 3 days a week, we'll say Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, then you should choose 2 business days, right? Because from Friday, you get anything over the weekend, you're going to ship out on Monday. Anything ordered on Monday doesn't have to be shipped out for 2 days. It will have to be shipped out by Wednesday. And anything ordered after you ship on Wednesday won't have to be shipped till Friday. So if you are working another job, you have children, you cannot afford to drive to the post office, or whatever every day, then I highly suggest choosing 2 business days, whether you have business policies or you don't, and times are getting tough. So if you need to save a little money on gas, then choose 2 business days and ship 3 days a week. Now, if you can ship, nobody penalizes you for shipping every day if you have the 2 business days set up, but it does give you a little wiggle room. So keep that in mind. Do you want to ship internationally? If you don't, then don't click this. If you do, you can do flat, same cost to all buyers, or calculated. If you were to choose calculated, which if you are not comfortable with shipping, then that's what you want to choose. And you would go in here. You can choose all of these. Do you want to ship worldwide? Do you want to choose a custom location? Do you only want to ship to Canada? Canada right there. And you can go eBay International Standard Delivery is what I choose for all of my international. Because even though I have a flat rate shipping for my 1, 2, 3, and 4 pounds, eBay will charge them more. They try to charge them more. But when and it'll look like they charge them more. But when I pull up my shipping to go in and shipping, I can see what it charged them. So if I'm not, say my flat rate for 2 pounds is, I think I want to say for regular, it's $12. I think that's what my flat rate for 2 pounds is right now, is $12, which is, it's not bad. It's cheaper than what eBay would charge them. And then if I send it through pirate ship, depending on where I'm sending it, it may be cheaper. But there may be other options too, because you may be able to put that 2 pound item into a small box or into a padded flat rate, which is going to be cheaper. You just got to, this is what sucks so bad about eBay shipping and just all the different shipping things out there.
There's so many choices and they make it so confusing.
If you can fit 2 items, you live in the middle of the country, don't you, Courtney? I live on one coast and I ship more to the other coast. So $12 isn't, and I just showed you guys what it costs. I just showed you guys what it costs. Let's just do this. And this is from me to Florida. $10.85. That is what pirate ship is going to cost. What was that? 12 by 12 by 12, 2 pounds. All right, now I get shipping calculator. All right. I want a package. I don't want a large package. I want a package. I want 12 by 12 by 12, and I want 2 pounds. And my zip is that one. That's only like 5 miles from where I am right now, so it doesn't really matter. And we're going to go Atlanta. And let's see. U.S. parcel select ground is $10.85, but very few people offer that. What priority mail is $12.66 right here. Pirate ship is $10.85. So more than likely, I will go in and change my numbers because, like I said, pirate ship just signed a new contract to get cheaper rates on the priority shipping. So right there, a 2 pound package going from Washington to the Florida Keys or going from the Florida Keys to Washington. So if you guys lived on the East Coast, you could use the same numbers that I use. You wouldn't have to go through all this pain. And then, so that 12 by 12 by 12 box that weighs 2 pounds and under, you put too much tape on it and you got 2.2 pounds 01, and then you're going up. So So that is what this, and that's parcel select ground. What is it priority? $12.66 if you want to take it priority, or you can go UPS ground, which is how I would probably send it, for $11.35, which is, what is UPS ground on USPS parcel select ground on eBay is $10.85. So it's the same there. Then you go to priority mail, it's $12.66. Pirate ship priority mail is $12.66. So you're the same here. But you're $11.35 here. You just have to look at your days. If you offered them parcel select and you have it in 2 to 8 days, and the same here, this is about estimated delivery about 2 to 8 days, then you can use this instead. And lots of times you can message a customer and ask them, hey, I can send this UPS ground and save you a couple bucks or not. And then you can go into all of these others and look up. But when I'm actually doing a list, when I'm actually pulling up an item to ship, oh, I just lost, it'll, let's see. Let's go out of here and let's go ship. And by the way, you guys, if you're not using this for your everyday, I'm going to send grandma a gift, and you're going to the post office to send your stuff, or UPS or Federal Express, whack. Because you get the same rates as an independent person here as you do.
What are those two things over there on the book?
There's stuff. Dren, not right now. You can use this. I send stuff to people all the time. I just sent 2 boxes to my friend Lori in the Florida Keys. 2 large boxes. I sent Kristen, a rural squirrel, a box because I lost a challenge. You know, I mean, I send my son in LA stuff all the time. I sent Rebel a box. Her box weighed 21 pounds, you guys. That I sent to her. I would pull it up and tell you what it cost, but I don't want to give out her address. So, any questions? So with the flat fee, you have the option to use whatever shipping service you want. If you use calculated, you have to ship the way you specify. Because so if you have calculated priority mail, then you got to send it calculated priority mail. But I would always, I'm not ignoring you. I'm trying not, hi Jody. I'm trying not to look at the chat too much because I don't want to get
squirrel.
Yeah. And then that one comes in and does it anyway.
I've been watching Noelle and trying to keep on here.
You know, but I would 100%, if you're brand new and you're scared to death, just choose calculated for everything. Just do it. You will learn over time. There are enough people out there that will help you. I'm not the only one that has done a video on this, but the thing with Don, the auction professor, is he doesn't title his videos like what he's talking about in them. And so they don't really so much so come up in Google search. He has some really good videos on business policies and stuff like that. I'll see. Okay, I promise. Let me write this down. I will find his video that he put out 3-4 years ago. I don't remember. And I will put the link to it in the description. So if you want to watch that, watch his. He's got several, but the one that I use to set up mine, Don's business I've sent it to many people. Policy video link. Okay. Let me put this right up here on the wall so that I don't forget. Because and it's going to fall off. Good thing I got Scotch tape right here. Guys, this is the best Scotch tape thing ever, ever, ever.
Noelle, we've got two different things over here. Well, Courtney was saying example 2 pounds for the one I just shipped is $7.95. So if I did a flat of 12, that's not going to be a great business policy for me. Calculator works better. And then a separate thing, Mia was asking the reseller, oh my gosh, debate of what's the best label maker instead of doing the print on paper and taping it on package, which I did for over 20 years.
Eric, the college picker, and his whole channel is dedicated to all the stupid printers, and figure it out for yourself because nobody agrees. I have 2 different kinds. I love my Rollo and I love my Arc Scan, but he is the nicest guy in the whole world. Somebody would drop his link, Eric, the college picker. Any problem, anything, any kind of thermal printer, he has your answer. He has a video on it. I guarantee you.
Everyone has their own, but yeah, you can go generic too. But I got my Rollo from one of the other resellers who was changing out and getting a different one. So
I have this Arc Scan here, which is a generic. It's 3 years old. My son bought it for me. I've had 0 issues with it, but it's not wireless, and I wanted a wireless one, so I bought myself a Christmas present, and I bought I need to have one down at the shop, and so that the wireless Rollo is down at the shop. I keep looking like you guys know, like you have any clue where the shop is. But I'm going to point that way because that's where the door to the office is.
It could be up here. It could be down here. The shop.
So, I need to go in and do some items. But also, if you have in your flat rates, now this is a calculated, I need to go redo some of my flat rate policies, because things have changed. And I don't know. I can't remember exactly what I have for the flat rate on that at the top of my head, Courtney. A lot of things that have been 2 pounds and up now, I'm just putting them in my calculated with that. It is a calculated by weight. And it has all 3 choices in there: Federal Express, UPS, and USPS. All right. So Canada, eBay International, we're doing calculated here, right? Offer an additional service. You don't want to choose worldwide because you chose Canada, and Canada is part of the world last time I looked. So if you don't want to offer a separate rate to Canada, then just choose worldwide and only have one service. But so to choose a custom location, it brings up all of these places that eBay and all of these places that you can ship to. I don't. And obviously you're going to choose North and South America because you're in North America, right? You don't want to choose Canada because you got a separate spot for Canada already. If you want to choose Mexico, Brazil, Russian Federation, I don't send anything here anymore because there's issues over there and they won't let you. I don't even know why they have that as an option in there.
Well, and then there was how it mysteriously would get selected on people's things. I always had it unselected. And this was a big issue over the past couple months. People would be like, it suddenly had it. I ended up sending, before the war, 2 things sold to there. And thank goodness they both made it, but they were actually the same jewelry.
They shouldn't even have that. Shouldn't
No.
even be an option. Europe, United Kingdom, Germany. I love selling to Germany and France. Asia, I will sell to Asia. I will sell to China. I will sell to Japan, and I will sell to Australia. Now, why? A lot of people don't want to sell to Asia, and they don't want to sell to Japan and China. But 9 times out of 10, these guys won't even buy from you internationally. They go through a freight forwarder, and when they buy from you, it looks like they're in the United States. And there's a shipping area over here in Portland. There's one in California.
There's one in Jersey.
Yeah, there's a couple over there on your side, but basically what they do is they have shipping containers and they fill them, and when they're full, you will literally know you're sending to them, because lots of times they'll ask you to write the item number on the outside of the package in large letters. They used to do that. I haven't had to do that for a while. Anyway, so, and if you don't want to sell to China and Asia, then take them off. But I'll tell you what, if you're selling vintage stuff, you do not want to sell China. You don't want to mark these people have money. Asia, China, Japan, money is not an option to them, and they love vintage clothes. They love vintage Oshkosh.
Japan's my favorite.
They love vintage pretty much anything.
Oh, they're huge on the jewelry now, the vintage jewelry.
Yep.
I've sent a lot there. If anyone sees me trying to smack something, there's a mosquito driving me nuts. So I'm not crazy. There is something here.
I'll see it. Watch a lot of kayaking, canoeing channels. I've seen your St. Cross. Thought you were referring to, I don't know who you're talking to, but I better not look at that because then I'll get caught up in that. Anyway, so additional ship to locations, buyer's contact for cost. So you can, so say you didn't choose Asia up here, but yeah, maybe I'll ship to Asia, and you can choose that down here, and then they can't buy from you, and they have to send you a message and say, will you ship here?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Does that make sense to you guys? I'm looking over here because that's where my chat is. That's where I can see the chat. So you really need to take, I'm not going to, let's just cancel this because I'm not going to keep it. But that is a little bit of a walkthrough on how to set up a shipping business policy. And you really, really, really need to have rates. You really need to have the eBay shipping calculator, and you need to be able to just sit down and if you've been doing this for a while and you don't have policies and you're ready to start them, you probably have an idea what parts of the country you send your stuff to most, who buys most from you. People that are in the middle of the country aren't going to have as rough a time on the shipping rates as somebody like me who is on the West Coast and is shipping a lot to the East Coast, or somebody that's on the East Coast that's shipping a lot to the West. It's hilarious.
Yeah, most of my stuff goes to Texas and California.
Yep.
I think almost everything. And then Florida.
I haven't even been looking at addresses lately, to tell you the honest truth. Anyway, and then there's some good videos out there. Rachel Strickland has a video on the regional rate boxes. Kevin Commonwealth Picker also has a pretty good video on regional rate boxes. And regional rate boxes, I really believe, work best for people that live in the middle of the country.
I live by my regional rate A. I ship like a lot of the the 22-ounce Yankee candles in those. I love that size.
Greg, Rocky Mountain Resell, if you're hanging out, Greg, he sent me, you're going to freak out about this.
I love regional rate boxes, and it's almost freakish how much I love that bloody box.
I traded him when we were going through the whole everybody had to wear masks.
Aha.
I made him 3 masks that were personalized for him, and he sent me 2 of these Bath
and Body Works.
Thank you. 2 of these wrapped in, I mean, they were like little bombs, and he fit 2 of these in a padded flat rate from Colorado to me in Washington. And I'll tell you what, it was a bugger to unwrap these things, the bubble wrap and the stretch wrap that he had on them, but they did not break, and it only cost him $8.
Wow.
Whatever padded flat rate is, right? And these things weigh 1.5 pounds themselves, just one.
Oh, I know. I ship a lot of the candles, but I couldn't do that. That is a brave man. Wow.
What are you gonna do? Anyway, okay, so everybody has an idea where to get to business policies, how to open one up and set it up, and that you have to opt in for them if you want to use them. You have to opt in for them. Otherwise, you're going to be doing your listings. I don't know. I've never done it any other way. I've never had to choose something. So let's do this. Let's go back here. Oh, I guess I better share that because I told you guys I would show you. So let's go back over here and I'm going to go right here to drafts because I think I have one draft set up. While we're doing this, I might get into a template, but what time is it? I don't want, if you guys let me know if this is going, okay, let me know if it's going too long, Liz, because everybody else can leave, but you're stuck here. Well, you can leave whenever you want to, honestly, but okay.
Well, no, I'd be tapping out for a bio break if I did anything, but I don't know. I think we've got a few more points. I mean, I see that we are going down in viewership, but I would say, another 15 minutes, make it 11:30 sounds like a good.
Okay, so let's do this real quick. Create your listing. I already made this draft. Now I have, oh geez Louise. I have this many vintage nylons, all new, old stock, dead stock, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
And I have that many more that are from 1994, 1997 that are Donna Karan, Gavinci, you name it. Okay, so
eat a shit.
You only need one policy for this, right? So I made this one up while Dren was playing the other night, and there was some little girl there that was screaming, and I couldn't concentrate because I wanted to rip her vocal cords out of her throat. Just saying, teach your kids that if they're screaming, something better be hurt. I mean, literally. Oh. Dren came to me and said, Nanny, I can't stand listening to her anymore. Can we leave? That's how bad it is.
When another child can't take it, that's something.
Okay, so this is the one pair that I had in my hands. So I've made one draft, and I had it sitting here because unless you guys know something that I don't, you can't make copies of drafts on your phone. Like you can sell similar, but unless I haven't figured it out yet, and I don't spend a lot of time doing that, usually I'll set this all up here. So I haven't been back into this because I listed a bunch of big stuff I needed out of here. So here's my title for one of these pairs down here. Then my custom label school. Unless you want to pay $2 extra every month, never, ever, ever, ever put anything here in the subtitle. Okay, so custom label, SKU, nylon bin, that's where they're kept. Amazing, because that's going to be the only thing in that bin because it's going to be full. This is the category. And you can change your category if you don't like this. You can go right on in here. You can go to recently used, which that wouldn't help me any because I just used what did I just use? Toys and hobbies, books, clothing. Those are the ones that I recently used. You can go into search categories and you can type whatever in here, or you can go to browse categories, which is the best way to go. And then you can search all the way up and down. Oops, why is it not? Okay. You can look at every category eBay has now, which is nothing compared to what they used to have. And then you can go over here and pick a subcategory and a subcategory and a subcategory, if that helps. All right, but I'm not changing that. I'm leaving it. Clothing, shoes, and accessories, women's clothing, hosiery and socks, pantyhose and tights. That's how many different stupid categories to get into these. UPC, I put does not apply, and I do that with the majority of my items because if you put your UPC in and it links that to that item and that item has reviews on it and the reviews are bad, when people look at your item on eBay and it's got those stars underneath it for reviews and somebody has somebody somewhere else has left a bad review that's associated with that UPC number, then guess what? You're going to have that bad review on the bottom of your item. So I don't use UPC codes ever.
I found that out the hard way. Exactly what you just said.
Does not apply. You can actually even put an A. Which is only 2 letters. Condition. These are dead stock or new old stock. They have the tags on them. So
Grandpa,
this is not the one that I have there, but new with tags. So that's what I'm putting. They haven't been worn. They haven't been pulled out of the packages. So that when you do new with tags, you don't have to leave a description. Then you need to go in, and I strongly suggest while you have this open and you're doing it to fill in every stinking little thing that you can. Okay. All of these you should fill in. You should at least have the required. And usually there's see this little faint line right here, right above recommended. You have to have these filled in, and it will pull stuff right out of your title. And so you don't have to type it in. However, that should have changed that. That should be a medium size D, and I don't think it did that size. So, I very seldom do that. Size B. I'm not too excited. So then you want to go share. You want to look at how, so how do you make and then here is my description. For those of you that are not aware of this, there is an advanced editing. In this advanced editing, you can change your font, you can change your size, you can change the color of your text. Oh, for crying out loud.
Yes, Grandpa.
You can bold, you can underline, you italicize, underline, all these bullet points. The best part about this little insert a custom template. Well, I'm going to remove this, which is what I put in all of my listings because I have some of this in color, but it doesn't. I have this in my clipboard on my phone. So if I'm somewhere listing on my phone, I pull my clipboard up and I put this in the description, and I can tell if I've listed something on my phone because there won't be any color in this. You can only make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 custom templates. And I know that because I can't make any more. It won't let me.
Hmm.
I have a book template. So it's got a spot for me to put the title, author, format, book condition, jacket condition. All right. I have, we can just, oops, wow. What's going on there?
Now, I think the templates are extremely invaluable. And
If
a lot
you're
of people
not
don't even know
using
you
a
can do it.
template, yeah. I have, so delete.
Mia's
This,
going to bed.
who is?
Mia.
Good night,
Crazy
Mia.
Mia.
Thanks for coming in. This is my general template. Look it. Who do you think sells more Tupperware? I literally have a template for vintage Tupperware, and I have a template that's a vintage disclaimer. So this is my general template. Please refer to all photos for a better visual description of the item. All of my items come from a smoke-free home. I strive to ship next day. Feel free to look through my other listings. Please contact me with any issues prior to leaving negative, neutral feedback, or low detailed ratings, as I will always do my best to solve any problems that may come up. And then I have again duplicated this one. And then down in the very bottom, any props that are used in the taking of the photos are not included. Only the item or items in the title of the listing are being sold. If you lay your coat and shirt down on a fuzzy rug and that is in your picture and you have flowers sitting beside it like the Poshmark sellers do, and you don't have some form of disclaimer in there, be ready to get asked by somebody where all of the rest of the stuff in the picture is. And then I have, I don't use this all the time. I kind of stole it from somebody else. Well, I absolutely stole it from somebody else. I did make some changes. I want to make a couple other changes. This is a vintage, and this was very well written out. I don't like the part in here. My eBay store is a business and I pay for each item. Nobody gives a shit. And when I'm not saying that, I don't give a shit. I'm not saying that Lissa or you guys don't. I'm saying that the buyers don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't give a shit that our fees are approximately 15% and that you're honest and you're sincere and that your items are clean. So this part has to go away. But I loved this part down here. And I say this all the time to people. There are certain items you don't want to clean. You just want to leave it for them. Copper, brass, pewter, vintage clothing. Especially if it's really vintage clothing. You're there are some things that you just want to leave. And so she had most of my customers want items in their authentic condition, which shows wear and proves, as Jan would say, the dirt is free, proves age. So I leave any deep cleaning to the buyer's discretion. My items are sold in as-is condition. I try to highlight any flaws over or above normal wear and tear. Now, 99.6% of people aren't going to read any of this shit, but the eBay guys are when you have a problem with somebody because it's in your description. So this stuff right here, a lot of people may think is nonsense and a pain, but I'll tell you what, I cannot tell you how many times I have won a case because of the stuff that I had in my description that the people didn't read. Use the same font for your disclaimer. I probably should. I want them. I know why I didn't. If it's different, they're going to look at it. When I was taught how to, I was an executive secretary for a couple of years when Justin was little tiny. When you are taught, we were taught when you proofread something, you read backwards. You start at the bottom of whatever it is. So right here, questions asked to free feel please. Your eyes, because you're reading backwards, you have to absolutely stop at every word. To you, there's no way to speed read backwards. Now, if I spelled two TOO, would I catch that it's spelled wrong? No. But would I catch that it was the wrong form of two to put in there? Because TOO is the same as using the word also. And a lot of people don't know that, and that's okay. I English was okay for me. And like I said, I was an executive secretary. I don't pick on people. Well, I do. I'll pick on people jokingly, as in I'm teasing them. I don't pick on people and try to make them feel bad because they spelled something wrong, because Lord knows we all do it. And they're writing, and that's a yay. So, all right. That's my description. Format is fixed price. You can choose auction style and do auction. Good till canceled. So my listings relist themselves. Start my listing when I submit them. You can schedule them to come out whenever you want them to. Say you're going on vacation or whatever. If you have a reason that you need to schedule them, and it's going to cost you 10 cents a listing to schedule them. So think about that. But there may be a good reason for you to want to, that's all right. That's all right, Mike. It can grate on you, but you noticed it, didn't you? So you had to look at it. There, point taken. All right. Your price. What is your price going to be? I'm selling these ones for $19.99 because that's the price I chose. Let buyers best offer. Do you guys offer a best offer? I do, because I jacked my price at $5 because I will run a sale and I will take a best offer, and then I will have the random people that will just pay $19.99. So you choose that. I do not put this automatically accept offers of at least blank. You can choose, like, if you don't want to accept less than automatically accept offers of at least $15.99, then you will never get a low ball offer. You will never see a low ball offer, which gives you no ability to work with a person at all, because they may offer you $15.75 and put a little note in there or something, and you will never see that because the computer will automatically decline it. So that if you're busy and that's something that you want to choose to use, then more power to you. I like to toy with my people. I don't know why it's not doing that. Anyway, how many do you have? Do you have 15 of them? Do you want to sell them as a lot? How many lots, how many items are in your lot? Do you have 2 lots of 8, which would be 18, 2 lots of 8, which would be a total of 16, right? But you're splitting them in half. So you're offering 8 for sale in this lot. And then you need to adjust this price, right? Times 8.
Cheryl did bring up a good point about things to disclose, is how you've always got to have in there, like, people, it helps the smoke-free home, cat hair, dog hair, for allergy people, just in case,
I have that in mind.
To make it stink.
Yep.
Well, just you said
okay,
that.
Wait a minute. Let's go back up here. That there was another thing on here that she put in here that I really, really liked too, because I sell a lot of vintage stuff. I do not smoke. However, the previous owner might have. If you buy or collect vintage, you must know that the items come from an era when the vast majority of Americans did smoke. How many times
really good.
have you guys been in an estate sale or whatever? So anyway, yeah, but in my regular disclaimer, which isn't in here, why does it do that? I hate it when it does that. So my general, I got to work on that one. I haven't used it. My general template is this one. Smoke-free home. I don't put dogs or pets because number one, I don't have any. And number two, 90% of America has a dog or a pet. I don't put anything about dogs or pets. If you guys have dogs and pets, you may want to put that in there, but I don't have them. So anyway, so there you go. This is in every one of my listings, every one of them. All right. So now we're done with that. There's no lots. I'm going to have to make sure I pay attention to the standard payment policy. I don't even have to do anything. When I did the auction one, I had to create a whole new, I don't remember what it was. I had to create a whole new policy. It was weird. It was the weirdest thing ever. So everybody has a standard. It's all my listings, 2,072 are on that. And everybody has the same standard return policy. I must have a shipping policy. There must be something. I'm going to have to go look because there's 30 listings that don't accept returns or don't have. That's weird. I'm going to have to hunt that down. So shipping policy. Do you guys have this? Those of you that don't have business policies, do you have this same thing here? View, create, edit. I don't have to do anything. I just go in here and I go number 2 because it weighs right between that. Or I'll go number 1. And then you can go in here and you can view it. Right in here and you can view it. It will tell me my exact policy, how much it is, $4, the handling time, what I charge for the other 2, and where they're allowed to be shipped to. You can create from here. I think I've never created from here ever. I would screw my whole thing up, but you can. It's pretty much look like the same thing. So you can create a new policy. Is this what you guys do? I don't know. I don't do free shipping. Or have you used this, Lissa?
One time I remember doing that. I was trying to set up the policies and all that, and I got so overwhelmed. You've actually made things a little easier tonight for me that I had questions on and went, someday I'll go back to it. So
you can edit. So maybe the thing with the thing. Okay. So remember at the very beginning when I said it would show you that shipping business policy. What do I have this name? USPS for number 1. Copy. If I edit something in this, it's going to make a copy of that policy and they will have 1 item in it. Okay. Now you can edit shipping costs for this listing only. So maybe I want to change something in this business policy. Maybe I want to add a country. Maybe I want to take something away. You can go in here and it will bring that policy up, but this will be just for this listing, right? So maybe I want to just change for this listing because somebody from Trinidad and Tobago asked me if I would ship to them and it's going to cost more or it's going to cost less. I will just go right into that listing and I will change. You can change the listing for just that item. You don't have to change your whole thing. You don't have to go back and forth through messages. You don't have to have them buy it. And then you send them an invoice, blah, blah, blah. Does that make sense? You can do it right here. I can change this cost right here just for that listing. But guess what? Every time you do that just for that listing, it creates another business policy. And so after that sells, then you need to go into your business policies and delete that because it'll have a 0 in it. This is where you are going to put, this is not a letter. I don't know why I have this set up as a default package or thick envelope. What this 13 by 10 by 11, I don't use half inches or anything like that. That's the same size as a padded flat rate. And 1 pound or less, I always put about what I think it's going to be. If you choose to use promoted listings, you can do here. You can do the suggested rate. You can do less. You can do more. You can name your campaigns. You can do volume pricing, where if they buy 2 or more, they'll save whatever percentage. Maybe if they buy 2 or more, you'll give them 5% off. If they buy 3 or more, you'll give them 10% off. What I hit 11. If they buy 4 or more, you'll give them 15% off, so that they get that. They can see that when they pull your listing up, right? And then you save this as a draft. I'm glad I only have 1 draft. All right. Now, I will make 1 more copy of this, because this copy I made specifically for this pair. So it already has the sizes. I already filled in the all the information in the item specifics for that specific pair right here of nylons. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this. And I'm going to go down here and I'm going to take anything out.
Annie Javelina Flips showed up.
Specifically, who's here?
Annie, Javelina Flips.
Annie, how are you, girlfriend? I'm just going to take anything out that goes specifically to those pantyhose, right? And I'm just going to leave this stuff in here right now, because I know I'm going to have to change some of it. But basically, I'm going to go through any of these things. I never knew what this was until I had to fill this out. 70 denier. It's on the package. Let me just tell you that. All right.
Sounded like more money.
I know, huh? I'm going to remove that. This is almost like
Glenn's leaving.
Hi, Lynn.
Glenn.
Thanks for coming.
Glenn.
Thank you, Glenn. Have a great day tomorrow. All right. I will absolutely put my general template in here, because I don't want to have to come down. Also, you guys, keep in mind, if you're looking at this on your phone, an 8 font is not okay. A 10 font is not okay. I use an 18 font because that's a good size for people that are using their phone. Then you go down here, you can just take that right out of there, because each brand is going to be a different price. Each nylon could be a different price depending on is it sheer? What are the toes like? Blah, blah, blah. Who's the maker? I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave all of my shipping the same. I'm going to leave all of this the same. I'm going to leave this the same. Promoted listings will not carry over when you make copies. And then I'm going to save this as a draft. And let's say I got 100 pairs of these. I know I'm going to list 100 pairs of these, right? 100. Oh, or okay. 50. My computer just again did that stupid thing. So I can't see you guys. So I have 50 drafts here. And I can pull one up for every pair. All I have to do is grab a nylon, a shirt, whatever. And I don't have to do hardly anything. So if you have the time to take photographs for 40 items on the weekend and make a draft, but you don't have time to finish everything in there, but you can open your draft, snap your pictures, save your draft, and then if you're at the doctor's office or you're waiting for Susie to do her ballet lesson, or you're in a line somewhere for something, you can pull your phone out and you can change the few little things in the title and the item specs, and you can list right there. A lot of people do that. Does that make sense to you guys? You can do the majority of the work on the computer, which a lot of people feel really comfortable with the computer. It's a safety thing. It takes less time. I shouldn't say it takes less time. There's more you can do on the computer than you can do on the phone app. Like I said, I like to have my stuff in color on my description. It doesn't come over. But if I'm somewhere and I can do some listings and I do them on my phone, then I'm going to do them on my phone. We see pictures of people all the time that it's obvious they just bought something. It's in the seat of their car. They listed it right then and there. So
Cheryl, our new person, Cheryl Shiny Squirrel, says she's time stamping and she's got to go. She's got to get up at 5 a.m. Eastern, which is in 5 hours and 15 minutes. So
thanks a lot, Cheryl. Good night. So and say you realize you screwed something up really bad in those listings, in those drafts. Well, this is better than an eraser. You just
yeah. Now
them.
I love this. This whole thing where you're at right now is where I actually do a lot. And I find this invaluable because it's like I might start one and then just totally just scrap it. I don't have to go in and, erase little bits.
Yep. Okay. A listing template. And then this is it. And then I'm going to be done for tonight. And I guess, leave your questions that you have. Come back and leave questions. I will try to answer them as best I can throughout the week. And otherwise, we'll continue and do some more of this kind of stuff next week. Manage listing templates. Well, I used to have a ton of listing templates, and I never saw myself using them like I should, or I forgot that I had them. So I made this template up here because when you have templates, you can edit them. You can go in and you can just copy the template, or you can just create a listing. So if you sell a lot of ephemera, this template right here is for vintage collectible books, anything that will fit in that. So let's just do this. Let's create a new one. Create a new template. Template name, women's accessories, or whatever, for poops and giggles. That's the template name. And then title, let's do
Doug's going, Betty.
Good night, Doug. I love you. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for subbing and unsubbing and subbing again. You're
and
the
then
best.
Again.
Now I know that I'm making this for pantyhose, right? And I know that I'm going to put them in the nylon. Can I spell? The nylon bin. Because that's where they're going to go. Oops. I can't spell. Can't math and I can't spell.
NYLON. New York and London. Wow. That's where the name came from.
The minute that sees this appear in your template name, it's going to give you the categories that it thinks that you might want to put those in, right? Clothing, shoes, accessories, women's clothing, hosieries, socks, pantyhose, and tights. And clothing, shoes, and accessories, specialty, vintage, women's vintage clothing, lingerie. That's probably the one it should be in. to tell you the honest truth. All right. And then these are my store categories, and I'm going to put it in women's accessories. And this will be nothing. I don't want a second category for this one. I don't need one. If you sell multiple variations of your item, so I have 5 pairs of Calvin Klein stockings, and they're all sheer and they're all no toe. They're all exactly the same except for the collar. It has to be exactly the same. The only thing that's going to be to use this variations correctly. All right. So size X, size type, or options, right? Or maybe it's the only thing that's can be different is the size, whatever. There can only be one difference. Everything has to be this. I think it's the collar. I don't remember. I never used this option. One size regular, one size plus. That's what they're giving you the options for in this. So if I had multiple pairs of the same pantyhose and everything was the same except for the size, I would use this. If that makes sense to you guys, because then they can choose. So
it's invaluable for people like doing the big skid buys, the pallet people.
I literally just lost that whole thing. Wow.
Uh-oh.
Well, what the heck?
Uh-oh.
It's thinking. And you can actually, something that you can put in the title of this template, because all of these nylons actually are vintage. Believe it or not, they're from 94, 97, and then from before I was born. There's some in here that are older than me. I kid you not.
Oh, I got a few of them in boxes. The boxes sell well.
So nylon bin. And then now it's going to come back down here to the categories, and I'm going to use clothing, shoes, accessories, women's. I lost that other one. I wonder why. I wonder what I put in the... That's weird. I lost that other category that it had given me. I'll just choose this one. It's not any big deal. So we want to do women. These are my store categories, not eBay's. You can make your own categories right here. If you have an eBay store, select the store category of the item you're listing. And if you type into Google, how do I make store categories in my eBay store? How do I make categories for my eBay store? It'll walk you right through it. Dominic Primetime Treasure Hunter has a pretty good video on it, to be honest with you. You'll have to go back a little ways to find it, but he does. I have quite a few categories because I sell a lot of stuff.
Yep. Danielle, Yard Sale and Dreams just came in.
Well, hey, girlfriend, how you doing? She just had a new video come out. I sell Stranger Things. Is that what it was, Danielle? I think it was. It was pretty good. Go watch that. So department, women. Yes, I want to choose that material. I can do that. You don't have to use these things that they give you for stuff, right? So I'm not going to put a brand in because I have many different brands. I am not going to put a style in. I am not going to put a collar in. I'm not going to put a size or a type. No, I could do that because I do know they're all pantyhose. And that's actually the few that aren't will be easier to change than it would be to have to come to this with every listing. Does that make sense to you guys? So I already know what I have. I don't think I have any tights. I have one pair of Dansko vintage stirrup tights that I know of. So it's easier for me to change this one. Okay, and then you have opacity. So is it ultra sheer, blah, blah. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna choose this because, well, I could just add nylon. You don't, because they all are going to have some form of nylon in them, and you should be taking a picture of the help me out, of what it's made of the tag.
The material
This is
content.
a good one.
Tag.
Are your pantyhose antibacterial?
Yeah.
I've never seen that one. Right here, you can choose one of these. These are recommended. These aren't needed, right? These are recommended. These ones you have to have. But the more of these that you can fill in, the better. So, where was that one? Breathable. Boom.
Mike says he actually made some custom categories for his shop during this stream, Noelle, with your help.
Good job. Good job. Theme. Well, most of these are from the 90s, so I'm just going to put that in there. And I will count how many I have from the 90s, and I will make that many drafts, right? Yep. Size and type. Not going to do that one. Personalized, no. Pattern. We'll just do solid.
Yeah, because you could have fishnet or ones with printed picture spider web.
Yep.
I had some ones with spider webs in the 90s.
Style. You're not going to fill this out because they're all different. Are they handmade? Pretty sure not. And character. Yeah. NA is what I'm going to put in there. And then now you're down here to going back and doing. The only thing that I am going to put in here is that, because I'm going to put something in here if I need to. You can copy and paste your title down there if you want to. But honestly, if you're going to copy and paste your title down here, because of SEOs, you're double putting the same information in, and they're already getting it in there. So if there's something in your title that you couldn't fit that you want to put down here, then add that in here. And then that saves you that whole copy and pasting. And Lori, I don't think she's in here right now. She and I were talking about that because she went to a class on that. Now you're going to put your price in. Are they going to make offers? Yeah. How many do you have? One. Your payment. I think I had this at, I think it weighed right at 6 ounces without being in the poly mailer. The poly mailer I'm going to use weighs 1.5 ounces. So it's going to stay under, it's going to fit perfect in this shipping policy that I have. And then I'm going to go 13 by 10 by 1. And I'm going to go over here and I'm going to write 8. And then I'm going to save my template. Now it says to you, what do you want to do next? Do you want to list with the template, or do you want to create another one, or are you done? I'm going to list with this template, but I'm really not going to. I'm going to, it thinks I am. I'm not doing anything else to this template. It's blank. I'm going to save it as a draft. And I'm going to create 25 copies of that. Not 125. Now I did all the super busy work that I could that makes these all generic, but not only generic, but generic to nylons. And so now all I have to do is look at this and make my title. These are Donna Karen, New York, the nudes, color wash, You really don't need to put the size and the color in the title, but if you have room, do it, because you're going to put that in the item specs. You're double doing your work. So if you, and you definitely don't need to put women's, because they don't, that I know of, market nylons to men. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't buy them, because they do. We all know they do. We're all adults. Been out in the
where
world
my
for a
granny
while now.
panties go. The large size granny panties, vintage.
Anyway, so there you have it. Everything. Oops, that's why this was hanging out. This must have been open-ended. Now I got to fix this. I can't do that and talk. Anyway, so there.
Yep, gotta hydrate after that. That was a marathon of learning there.
Yeah, I copy and so Mike says that he copy and pastes the title into the description, adds measurements if helpful, and then copies and pastes the condition notes again. That's you're duplicating if you're trying, that's fine. I did that for a long time. I'm not picking on you at all. And thank you for sharing that. The problem is you're just duplicating your work. The reason why eBay has made item specifics is so that we don't have to put all of that stuff in the descriptions. The only thing that we should really be using that description box for is if there's a flaw. You don't need to copy and paste the title. It's already up there. And I'm having a hard time with this because I've been doing it for a long time. But I'm really trying to make myself stop because it's just that much extra work. If there's something you want to note about the item, if there's something about the item that you couldn't fit in the title, definitely put it down in your description, because Google and all the other search engines will pick that up. They'll pick those words up. Say you couldn't fit Branson, Montana, or wherever in there in the title, but you could definitely fit it in the description. It's all there. It'll all get picked up, but you only need the title once and you only need the description once, if that makes sense. And it's hard. It's super hard to change our something that we're so used to doing that we feel like we need to do. I had 3 questions last week, 3 different items, and one of them the lady bought 2 days later. She said it was these little tiny tester sample. They came in like a beauty box or something. I'm not sure exactly, but they were lip glosses, and there should have been
Lip gloss?
I can't remember exactly how many there should have been. 2 of them were gone. And I did not type the names of all of them that I had in the description because heck to the no. That's not happening. But what I did do was I took a picture of each one of them with the name showing. They're tiny. They're little. They're smaller than a tube of, let's see. I'm feeling like I may not have. I feel like I put a ruler towards the end of it. This box that's sitting in front of them is the size of a credit card. And that's,
oh my God. That's barely enough for a lip.
She says to me, can you tell me what the name of the brown one is? Which there happen to be 4 different shades of brown. I used to have that one. I used to have that and I loved it. I said to her, if you would just look at all the pictures, there's a picture of every single one of them with the name of each one of them rolled up. It's that simple. Now, could I have pulled that up and pulled the thing up and looked through all the pictures? Yeah, but which brown one is she talking about? Dude. So I had 3 questions like that, where if they'd have just looked through the pictures, they'd have seen, they would see them all. And then you'll get the person that's just like, in the amount of time it took you to be rude in your response, which I wasn't rude. I very nicely told her, I said, there's 4 different shades that could be considered brown. I took a picture of every one of them with the name. I said, that's the best way for you to go look. And she was really nice. But I did have one lady tell me, and was a seller, in the amount of time it took you to answer this question and whatever, don't you know people don't look at pictures and read descriptions anymore? And I answered her back and I said, it's obvious you're a seller. I looked at your feedback and I looked at what you sell. And I said, in the amount of time it took you to ask me that question, you could have looked at the description and you could have looked at the pictures, and we never would have had this discussion. Now, if she'd have just been anybody else, I could have cared less. I would have answered the question. You know what I mean? But I was just like, what are you talking about? So
I had somebody yesterday ask me, it's a skirt, and in the title it says 6P, which is 6 petite. And they write and they go, what size is this? And I said, all the measurement, I said, it's a 6 petite. All the measurements are in the description. Please measure them against the skirt that you have to make sure they fit so that there's no problems. And then I screamed,
It's I feel sorry for Dren's dad. I'm sure he's probably, because he was the only other adult, he'd be around and I'd be like, can you believe this? Because you don't want to talk to, you got to have somebody to vent to. Everybody has to have somebody to vent to, right? And sometimes they're just so funny. You just want to tell people, because it's like, can you believe this? It's not so much so a complaining or anything like that, but nobody's head works like my head or your head or somebody else's head. So also got to keep that in mind too, right? Oh my goodness.
But
anyway,
there's points. You should not be driving a car or breathing at the
or operating a toilet paper roll. Mike said, I learned a ton tonight. Thank you, Noelle. You're absolutely welcome. You're the best. I don't care what Lissa was saying about you the other day. Yeah, I know. I get it all the time. That's all right.
He's freaking being I haven't even seen Mike in weeks.
Oh, heavens. But wouldn't the search give you a higher ranking with multiples of a word they are searching for? No, it's search engine optimization. And what does optimization mean to you? It means that you are optimizing what you're putting in something. You don't want a duplicate. You want as little concise as possible. So if you have pink in there 2 times, then you're making it, it's just, you don't want to duplicate, would be my guess. And that's another thing why they have added all these, what we all like to say, stupid item specifications.
Oh, I love the 400 different choices of, oh my God.
And you can, let me just tell you something. You got to be smarter than these guys that are doing this, because they don't really sell on eBay for a living. They work for eBay, and they have to have an account, and they have to sell things here and there because they're supposed to know how to do it. What you doing, buddy? Watch your head, watch your head. Watch your head. Watch your head. I'm going to watch it slam into my desk.
Your sticker.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Where was I? But I got distracted.
Squirrel came in.
Yeah.
No, just about the people that, not everybody thinks the same, but yeah, it's frustrating.
There's only one left, yeah.
And can I eat it in the...
Yes.
Hi,
Jenny. Thank you so much. I once asked for a size of an item. I replied, well, according to the title, it's an X. Well, that's kind of, is it an extra large? Is it an extra large? Is it what I would ask to? I don't think that's a bad thing. Anyway, I hope that helps you guys. If there's anything else that I know that I can help you with, that we can do another one of these next week. Anybody that needs help with something that's not going to take me a lot of time, because I am remodeling a house, raising a child, and trying to run a business. Gina, I love you so much. Thank you. Just I'm willing to help anybody, and if I'm wrong about something, call me on it and let me know, because I don't want to tell people things. Like Courtney was very good about putting other points in there too. So this is how I do mine. This is how I run my business, and this is how I set up my business policies. But there aren't a lot of people out there that have a lot of videos on how to set up business policies. So I feel like I have shown you how to set up a business policy. I've given you an idea how to look up and make a flat rate shipping policies if you want to have those, or if you just want to have shipping business policies that are calculated, and you can set those up at the same thing. You can have a media mail one. You can have a 1 pound, 2 pound, 3 pound, 4 pound that are calculated, or you can have one that's calculated. It's the options are crazy. All I know is when I went from doing all calculated, I went from $3,000 a month to almost $8,000 a month in less than 2 weeks, and nothing else changed. That was 2 years ago, and I have had zero issues. I go in and change my rates depending on what's going on. I need to sit down and change my rates, and I need to fix the shipping policies in my son's store, which is technically my store. Because he's in LA and all of his stuff's here, and I pretty much bought everything that he listed, or it was given to us. But it's a good thing for him to have, to fall back on when he comes back up here. If he needs it, it's there. And I didn't want him to shut it, and we talked about it several times, discussed him shutting his store down, and he said, Mom, every time I think about shutting it down, I just get pissed. I have over 500 items in there. That's a lot of work.
Oh yeah.
So, and never compare yourself to somebody that has, if you have 20 items, somebody has 200, somebody has 2,000, somebody has 9,000. Don't compare yourself with their listings, what they're selling, what their sell-through rate is, because we don't know what you're selling, and you don't know what we're selling. I share all that stuff with you guys in my about page. There's a link to my eBay store. So, you can go and see what I do and what I say. And if you follow me on Instagram, you get to see my crazy sales, because I don't post all my sales on Instagram, but I post the ones that people are like, what? Or, I just want, I don't sell the same stuff that everybody else sells. Some of it I do.
No, there's just too many variables, and an awful lot of people still have that mentality where it's like, I'm doing more than you, I'm better than you. There's too many different across the board. You don't know what somebody's family situation is. You don't know, how much money they have to source. You don't know what's going on with them. They might have 20 listings, but each one of those things might be a $10,000 car. They may have, I've got 8,000 listings. Yeah, they bought like 4 pallets, and it's all the same thing. You just don't know. It doesn't make one person better than another by how many or how much. We're all doing the same thing, trying to sell, to make a buck for whatever the reason, and try to learn from each other. That's, the big and small of it.
Okay, Jenny, I'll get them fixed. Thank you for telling me. May have copied them too many times or something. I'll have to check that out. So, but if you go to like my YouTube homepage and go to the About Me section, actually on my banner, in the front banner, I don't know if the eBay store is on my front banner. Well, I guess I can figure that out real quick. That would be a hard one. There is Instagram and there is Facebook on my homepage. Let's just do this. Oh my God. Okay. Everybody that has a YouTube channel, whether you do anything on it or not, these two links right here. Can you see this, Lissa?
I can see it. You've got it on the screen. You have it pulled up. I mean, for me, it's a little small. I
just wanted to make sure that okay. And then you can go down here to my, how is YouTube today? Just Andy, thank you. You can go here to my about page, and it has all of it has Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook. So those are my other social media links if you guys want to follow me on those. All right.
I don't have a pretty picture on like you do.
That's probably never change that picture, and there's a lot of people that don't like it. But you know what?
Hey, it's yours. Who cares?
That's from the farm.
It's yours, and that's all that matters. It's your personal expression. You have a right to it. Nobody else has a right to say anything.
It's farm girl, isn't it? It's farmish. Anyway, all right, you guys and gals and peeps and everybody that came in and was listening and said hi and didn't say hi. No, I mean, I know there's people that watch on their TV and you can't make comments.
Yeah, sometimes
I just want you to know that I appreciate everybody that listens to me yap. I hope you learned something. I hope I've brought maybe some entertainment or something, but I really hope that I helped somebody out there understand how to do business policies. There are a lot of other things that we could. I used to talk about this stuff a lot when I did my coffee talk in the mornings. This is the kind of stuff that I would really talk about. But it's better for this kind of environment because I tried to keep my coffee talk at an hour.
Yeah, I kind of remember that. I would try to pry an eye open to listen to you and Danica, and it was so hard. In an hour, I don't know, it kind of rolled over into lunch.
Yeah, sometimes it got pretty bad. Yeah. Anyway, so if you guys have any questions, if you think of something that you'd like me to add in, then let me know. Otherwise, I just did a video this morning that I'm going to try to get out tomorrow. Tell me you're a reseller without telling me you're a reseller is what it's about. And then I know I need to do an update on the house. They're going to be here at 7 a.m. in the morning to pour the footings and the walls for the egress down into the basement. But they told me that last week too, and they didn't show up, so we'll see.
We'll see. I'll believe it when I see it.
Anyway, all right, you guys. Good night. Have a good night. I got to get the little guy off to bed. And Lissa, thank you so much for coming and helping me. I appreciate that greatly. You the bomb diggity. All right, you guys.
Right back at you. Bye, everyone. Thanks.